Quixit Rome, respepicio estonus, procenos imperial. Quixit Rome, in manus eorum, nos pugnabimus imperial, sed resistimus. Roma invicta. Roma invicta. Roma invicta. Roma invicta. Laervi horrerimus da. Laervi horrerimus da. Roma invicta. Ad gloria, ad fortitudinem, fidelitatem et victoriam a Roma. Sumus melius cunctis. Ad gloria, ad fumulus nihil et mors a Roma. Fallimur carissima. Sol non praesumet ave calcio in auribus meis urbem diligimus, et omnia eius edixit apud Valerius, et mulieres in oculis Zachae annos agimus, ubi optamus es sepulcri. Roma invicta. Roma invicta. Quixit Rome, respepicio estonus, procenos imperial. Quixit Rome, in manus eorum, nos pugnabimus imperial, sed resistimus. Roma invicta. Roma invicta. Roma invicta. Roma invicta. Laervi horrerimus da. Laervi horrerimus da. Roma invicta. Ad gloria, ad fortitudinem, fidelitatem et victoriam a Roma. Sumus melius cunctis. Ad gloria, ad fumulus nihil et mors a Roma. Fallimur carissima. Sol non praesumet ave calcio in auribus meis urbem diligimus, et omnia eius edixit apud Valerius, et mulieres in oculis Zachae annos agimus, ubi optamus es sepulcri Roma invicta. Roma invicta. Quid sit Rome respepicio est tonus procenos imperial. Quid sit Rome in manus eorum nos pugnabimus imperial sed resistimus. Roma invicta. Roma invicta. Roma invicta. Roma invicta. Laervi horrerimus da. Laervi horrerimus da. Roma invicta.
Yeah,
I can see that.
there we go. Ave, Legionnaires, how's it going?
Hi, peoples.
I'm here hanging out with Tenchi, and we're going to murder some aliens.
Yeah, fuck aliens.
Yeah. Fucking pieces of shit.
Hi, Ducky.
Hey,
Hi,
Ducks.
Kitten.
Yep, hey. Hey, Kitten, how's it going? Looks like Zatrono got first again. You guys, you've got to be more on the ball if you want to get first. Take his crown away from him. I don't want an Italian to have that crown.
Hey, the Italian dude. I made pizza today.
Yes, you did.
It was good pizza.
Good fucking pizza.
Oh, we apparently do have skulls on. I don't know which ones those are.
Cowbell, I would have been your daddy, and birthday party.
Oh,
hi, Nick.
the goofy ones. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Connection lost.
Are you serious?
It just flashed connection lost, so I guess we'll see.
God damn.
Also, my frame rate is stuttering like crazy.
Really?
Oh no, the Claire Obscura has infected his.
Yeah, damn it.
The last transmission from the captain's dropship was from this area. That was over 12 hours
Yep,
ago.
yep.
I see.
It's. Wait, no.
When you
Uh-oh.
log in Captain Keys,
What the
bring
fuck?
us in, and I'll come pick
Oh, there we go. There we go. Also, I was frozen in place for like 2 seconds there, but it's
More,
fine.
horror-y shit than do it in bad graphics.
Do it in bag. Okay. Which? Well, I'm on controller. Which one is which one is the older graphics?
The select button or back
select
button.
Oh, cool.
It's the switch for the...
Yeah. 343 fucked up by making everything all bright.
Yes. Oh my god, yeah, the difference on that is night and day. Yeah, there was
Literally.
yeah, there was a God, it really is. Holy shit, it is like daytime, actual daytime. Holy shit. Yeah, there was some video essay I watched a while ago, like going over the differences between like this and like how terrible the remaster is, and just sort of like went into detail of like, yeah, it completely kills the spirit of it because like all the tech doesn't look like grungy and old. It looks like it's really chrome and shiny, and it's like, yes, it is advanced technology, but it's also thousands of years old. It should look like it's seen better days. And
They missed the point. The point is that the Covenant didn't invent any of this. They just took Forerunner tech and slapped it together.
yeah, but just like the
Which is
Forerunner,
millions of years old at this point.
yeah, but just like the Forerunner, like the actual architecture and whatnot, it's too like glossy and chrome and shiny. That was the point they were making.
Yeah, but even the weapons the Covenant are using
Oh,
are
yeah.
shit like toasters and bolt guns and stuff that they've just kind of taped together to make their guns.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We kind of talked about that a little bit. I definitely see that for sure. But I guess like he was discussing more like the backgrounds and like the level design, and it's like, oh, I can
Oh,
definitely
yeah.
see that. Yeah, that's what was like, because here it like the old graphics, it looks advanced, but also like it's seen a lot of wear and tear. Like it is, yes, it has been around a million years, but then you look at the advanced graphic setting, and it just looks like every other generic slop sci-fi setting with
There
like
you go, chat.
aliens
So
in
you
it.
can see what I'm talking about.
That is.
Yeah, it is.
Well,
Wow.
Hi, Lord Agent. The Flood looked better, but they fucked literally everything else up.
Mm,
Horribly fucked it up.
yeah. Now that I could see, because that whatever you're doing with the flood, they probably had to do a lot of resource conservation for it being an Xbox era game. So they probably
Yep.
like were very stingy on the details with the flood. But here they have that additional shit. They have that additional computing power, so they can do that a lot more. Like,
They also made everything, it's supposed to be dark in here. Oh shit, I died. It's supposed to be dark in here, but they kind of ruined it.
oops. Damn, I ran out of assault rifle ammo very quickly there.
No, I died to a jackal ducky, not grunts. Where'd my pistol go?
I jumped as soon as he died.
Yeah, no, but it should be right here.
Thanks.
Huh.
Yep, there we go.
Weird. Most people I've seen really hate new graphics for this level.
Yeah, it looks very, very
Now
just.
Halo 2 Anniversary, they do turn on the good graphics.
Oops.
Halo Combat Evolved Anniversary, they fucked this level so bad that turning on new graphics royally screws the level.
Mm. Yeah, you can feel it. It's amazing going back and watching like the old like Bungie dev videos of just these nerdy guys who are just doing their best with the technology they had and like all the passion they put into it. And then Modern 343 is just that like live, laugh, love, like soft corporate attitude towards everything. And guys, we're doing our best, and what we're doing is amazing. And Bungie, like the old guards, are just like, we hope we make a good game here. We're not sure if it's actually going to be good, but we're doing our best, and we're doing like all these cool, interesting technologies, and we've discovered all these new ways of doing things. But the main thing is that it's a good game, and we're just not sure if it is. So there was like such a lack of like arrogance with them. Like they clearly they're super passionate about this. And
343 has too much arrogance.
Oh yeah, they love talking about what an amazing job they're doing, how awesome their team is. It is just so toxic positivity, and like because they're all clearly kind of shit at what they do, but like no one can tell each other like any sort of valid criticism. Oh, there we go. Yeah.
You shame me. That scene is genuinely creepy, where the guy starts shooting at you and saying, "Don't come near me, don't turn me into one of those."
Mm.
Like even in here on new graphics, this is completely fucked. Like there is no suspense in this.
Yeah. Yeah, this is
On new graphics, it's just like a room.
Mm-hmm.
There's no story in it. There's no blood. You can see a fucking massacre happen in here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that's the thing. Yeah, the flood as a concept, it's been done a lot in storytelling, particularly sci-fi, but they're still horrifying, and they are one of those applications where they're done very well. And yeah, whenever you kind of see the results of what the flood do, what they are, what it is as a hive mind, it's not just generic hive mind. Like the grave mind is an intelligent, articulate individual that controls everything. It's not just generic the queen or whatever. It's genuinely unsettling, and that's where so much of the execution is like the like the first cutscene where you're seeing like the helm cams of the soldiers and they don't know what's attacking them, and then they see the flood overwhelming the position.
Oh,
It's
yeah, hey, we just got to that.
yeah. I forgot if we'd skip that cutscene or not.
Oh no, we haven't skipped any cutscene.
All right, cool.
And by the way, Ducky, that would have gotten me had I not been watching chat when you did it. It's also that the grave mind is like super intelligent. It's not just a regular like smart intelligence. It's
Yeah.
something that's like way beyond human intelligence.
Yeah, I will go into a highly autistic rant about smart characters being written by stupid people. But the Grave Mind is a perfect example of a smart, a hyper intelligent character being written by smart people. Like that is because that's tough to do because like you have to be able to communicate things that you don't know and that you don't understand as a writer, and they did that excellently.
Like the grave mind is horrifying in how smart it is.
Yeah, and it's very clear that it knows how like it can fuck with you in ways that you can't even think of, and it will also fuck with you in ways that it's very upfront about because it knows it can get away with it. Because it's like you have no choice but to work with me. But I can still.
And the fact that it doesn't care is also really good. Like it's ancient, it's timeless. You're just nothing but a bump in the road to it.
Oh, absolutely. That's where it's like it isn't like the dumb bullshit like whenever it uses the arbiter in chief to its own means. This isn't like, oh, the heroes, will take it down. It's like they really don't have any chance of doing that, and they are being used. They're incredibly like powerful and intelligent for members of their species, but they don't stand a chance against Grave. And he knows it.
You can stall it, but you can't do much else.
Mendoza, move it up.
It's been around for hundreds of millennia. It'll be around for hundreds of more millennia.
Squad, then get your ass inside. Sir.
And this is a good example of like a found footage story. I kind of I sort of forgot that's sort of that's what this is. It is a found footage movie.
And this is the guy doing it is Wallace Jenkins, the guy who I told you in the book got infected, but he could still feel everything.
Something scrambled the inside.
Oof, that's a rough one. Yeah.
Plasma scoring? Yeah, I don't know. Maybe there was
Smart people written by stupid people is 9 out of 10. Just I predicted this cause insert ridiculously long. Oh, it really is. Oh my god, I hate that shit so much. That pisses me off to know. And
I outsmarted your outsmarting because I predicted it.
I will rant after this cutscene's over because I want to let this scene breathe because it is really cool. But I will lose my shit over that. I have multiple examples that just infuriate me to no end. So when do the hot, sexy men show up? I mean, we're already playing as two very hot, sexy men right now.
Yes, sir.
I mean, have you seen Master Chief? Well, I mean, I guess you can't because he's got his armor on, but the armor's pretty sexy.
He's a ginger.
We don't talk about the TV show.
It's not a TV show. Like in the comics, he's actually a ginger.
Master Chief?
Yeah.
The fuck?
They said he had red hair and freckles.
I don't believe that.
I mean, the comics are written by Bungie, so.
I would have preferred to have not known that. Because I just see him now as Scott Tenorman from South Park.
What's going on, soldier?
I mean, him being pale makes a lot of sense, because he's literally in his armor 24/7.
Yeah, fair.
But as a kid, they said he had reddish hair and he had freckles.
No wonder he can kill. So, he has no soul. Nice.
What the hell is going on? I don't have time for your lip, soldier. I gave you an order. Listen. What is that? Where's that coming from, Mendoza? I don't.
Like, the sounds for a 2001 game there are good, too.
Oh yeah, the Foley work on this is awesome. It's just so squishy. Ugh. It tickles your ear in the worst way possible.
Sergeant, we're surrounded. God damn it, Jenkins! Fire your weapon!
Oh yeah, definitely the lore on the Spartans is brutal.
Oh yeah, they were fucking dark. Like, most of them died or washed out.
Yeah, that was sort of like what I didn't understand until I read that the Glasslands book was like the program had like 76 soldiers in it, and only like 34 of them actually graduated.
It had 300. Half just straight up didn't get accepted. Half either died in training or got washed out. So yeah, about 30 Spartans left.
Yeah. And it's like, yeah, those were incredible. Those were like the Spartan 2s. Those were the chief light. But still, like that's sort of like the big question I have. This might be kind of fun to discuss now since I finished Glasslands. We can kind of yap about that a little bit. But so there's the question of like, was what Halsey did right? I'm inclined to say no, and I'm normally the kind of guy who will see like the ends justifying the means if what you need to do, if it's what you need to do to like survive as a species or whatever. It's the argument
I'm gonna say no because she got lucky.
Oh no, absolutely. But it's like the whole thing of like, oh, the Imperium of Man is evil in 40K. It's like, no, they're fucking not. They're doing what they have to survive against literal demons and xenos trying to wipe them out from all sides. But when it comes to Halsey and the Spartan program, how many incredible individuals of mind, body, soul, like the super intelligent, super strong people were taken from, you know, humanity because they failed that particular program. They could have gone on to do great things, but they were not able to because they all fucking died or washed out and crippled for life. Like that's to me, I think it was a really interesting point that kind of they sort of treat it like, well, she had to do it. And it's like, yeah, not really.
But in her case, she didn't. The Spartan 3 program, yes. The Spartan 2s didn't even really know the Covenant were a threat at that point.
Well, because they weren't really...
They were made to kill humans.
Yes, exactly. That's the whole thing. It's like, well, you can make that assertion all you want. Oh, sorry about that. I thought I was going to squish that flood.
It's okay.
Yeah, it's like, well, we had to do it to fight the Covenant. It's like, but you were doing this to kill rebels.
Yeah, you did this to kill rebels.
Yeah.
You absolutely did not need a Spartan to kill a rebel.
Yeah. That is just gratuitous overkill, considering they're already nuking planets because of one terrorist cells on the planet.
Yeah, they literally cracked a whole fucking planet. That's what I mean. She got very lucky.
Oh, yeah.
Is that if the Covenant didn't invade, she'd be in whatever the Halo version of the Hague is.
Yes. And she's lucky that she ended up being too useful after the program existed. And it's like, well, okay, we're just gonna have you like work as like a like professor slave for the rest of your life because we can't actually get you into trouble.
Yeah, that's what she is in Halo 4. And then she still betrays the UNSC. Again.
Ah, that sounds like her. She is clearly like just beyond awful. Like there's...
And then they let her back like nothing ever happened.
Oh my god. That also does sound...
343 is the worst writers in history.
Yep, that sounds about right. Jesus.
Her motivations are science.
Yeah, it is the science at all cost. No ethics whatsoever. No question of their own morality. It's just, well, this would be cool to do.
Yeah, can I do this?
Yeah.
Oh, what do you know? I did it.
I did it. Oh, well, what do I do now? Yeah.
I did not like the Spartan 4s. I felt like the Spartan 4s were a major cop-out. Because the whole thing of the Spartans was, yes, they're tragic, humanity got lucky that the Spartans survived, that none of them went rogue and all that, but they were tragic characters. In Halo 4's Spartan 4s, they're just like, surprise, I'm an ODST and I'm a Spartan now, fuck you.
Oh, okay. I'm getting some Adeptus Primaris vibes from this, where it's just like, oh no, it's fine. We got new ones, and they're actually really cool and badass, and everything's fine. There's no downsides.
Yeah, I played Spartan Ops. I hated it. Especially because Spartan Ops was an unfinished piece of shit, so that didn't help. Yeah, Spartan Ops was supposed to have this main villain named Julum Dama. Like, the leader of a new covenant.
Oh, God.
And you play as your Spartan 4 trying to stop it, and then at the end of it, just fuck all happens. because they got bored, I guess, and didn't finish writing it. And then at the very intro of cutscene of Halo 5, the random assholes of Team Osiris just randomly show up and kill him in that cutscene.
Oh,
And that's
fuck.
the end of that character.
Oh my god, I hate that kind of shit. Like, yeah.
343 is infamous for just writing characters out that they think they're done with.
Yeah, I remember you telling me, like, what happened with Cortana. That was just kind of a jaw-dropping moment as someone who was not, like, I'm not super invested in the Halo series. I liked 1 through 3 and then never played 4 and 5 and just got, like, a brief overview of what happened in them. It's like,
It's
really?
basically, and she's dead. Moving on.
Yeah, well, doesn't she, like, take over the world as, like, a hyper-intelligent, revenant AI that has, like, all the computing power in the universe, and then she just gets killed off?
Yeah, she takes over the entire fucking universe.
Of course.
She takes over the entire universe with the ability to EMP anything. At will. And then she's just like, nah. Well, I died. You don't have a physical body. How the fuck did you die?
That is
I got
really
beaten up by
disappointing.
the Banished. How? Did he reach into the fucking computer? Oh, it's this. Like, this area is supposed to be confusing to throw you off a bit.
Yeah, it certainly is. This is where it's like despite not having played like an insane amount of Halo, especially since, well, I played a fair amount of it whenever it came out, but like I do remember distinctly the second half of Halo kind of falling flat, or CE kind of falling flat with the actual design. It's like, there's just kind of a lot of fumbling around.
It worked when it first came out because you had the terror of they did it this way so that you'd be freaking out trying to escape, you know?
Oh yeah. I think that's a fair assessment.
Oh, Atriox isn't a bad antagonist at all. I just thought it was stupid that he could kill Cortana, who is supposedly almighty and, you know, a fucking computer.
Yeah, that is kind
a
of
computer who can teleport across the universe at will now.
Yeah, considering how powerful AIs are in general in the universe, like to the point where they nerf them by making them kind of human-like, so that they have emotions and feelings and that you can predict them as a human being, but not necessarily an alien. Like, yeah, that to me just seems kind of nonsensical. It's like, oh, she's a super duper mega AI, but also she just gets killed off. Like, you know, it is what it is.
No, they're not gonna do that. They're gonna rewrite it just like they did it. 343 has a cycle. They make a villain, people hate the villain. They immediately retcon out the villain, and then they just do that over and over.
Yep. Because whenever it doesn't work, it's like, let's not try and fix it. Let's just kill him off.
Fuck it.
Yeah, fuck it. We don't know what we're doing anyway.
They even pulled the Didact is still alive. Oh shit, he is? Yeah, we're just gonna kill him in a fucking comic. Okay,
Jesus
thanks,
Christ.
343. Oh, well, people hate Cortana? Oh, don't worry, Cortana's just dead. People don't like Jewel Dama? Well, he's just dead now. Problem solved.
Yeah, instead of doing what a good writer would do, which is internalize the feedback from the people who have complaints, and then fixing those character flaws and making them, you know, tragic and likable, or just like really hateable but fun to hate, or doing like other things that are going to be engaging with the audience. No, just kill them off, because it makes us sad to hear the criticism, and we don't actually want to look at it. It hurts our feelings. So we know people don't like it. Just kill them off. Just kill them off.
Halo Wars 2 actually had a good story. Surprisingly. Like, Halo Wars surprisingly has a good story. Both times, but it's weird.
Oops. I got carried away there.
How was the Spartan 2 greenlit? Because Oni's a bunch of bastards.
Yeah, they are like
Oni basically has carte blanche. They can do whatever they want.
Yeah, they are mustache twirlingly evil. Oh, welcome in, Zeri.
I mean, they basically can do literally anything because they answer to nobody. Where the fuck are we supposed to go?
I do not know. Cause we were just here.
I know this is supposed to happen. Yeah, that's supposed to come down and get all destroyed. They probably opened up a fucking door somewhere.
Probably.
Oh god, the libraries after this.
Oh god damn it.
The most infamous level in Halo history.
Mhm. Let's just repeat the same loop over and over and over and over again. Isn't that fun?
Here, stand here. Awesome.
Okay.
Great game design. What the fuck is this shit?
No? Okay, I guess we have to go down and
They
open the door.
opened this door.
Ah, weird.
What the fuck? Oh yeah, they made more enemies spawn, so
Ah.
right down here.
It's fine. It's fine. I love backtracking.
It's a 2000s game. They
Yeah.
love doing that.
Oh, yeah. Oh, absolutely they do. Okay.
Late 1900s, early 2000s was Backtrack City.
Yeah, there was a lot of
I
that.
think we went back too far.
Ah, damn it. Yeah. And to be fair, like, I think I'm willing to give older games a pass on that because there was a lot of resource limitations. So it's like, hey, let's reuse this, but, like, let's try and make it fun if we can.
Yeah.
There was
And
the
yes,
attempt.
Ducky, they're basically what the American CIA thinks they are.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, well, the CIA is in that kind of category of being a bunch of pathetic bureaucrats who think that they're like incredible, like, oh, we're such devious, whoa, we know everything, and a lot of times the CIA is insanely incompetent, despite doing a lot of horrible things. But a lot of times they're just really good at it because they don't really have a whole lot of competition.
They're basically what if Oni wasn't stupid.
Yes,
Or
pretty
what
much.
if Oni was stupid.
Mhm. Yeah, I know that gets into tricky territory going into that because it does get a little bit political sometimes. But I'm shocked at some of the things the CIA has tried to pull off, and they genuinely thought it was a good idea.
Do you mean like trying to make watermelons explode with their mind?
Yeah, I mean that kind of stuff. Yeah, I mean I was gonna say a little bit more in the category of like, well, killing a U.S. president because he was mean to them, and then doing
Overthrowing the entire Middle East and having it backfire spectacularly.
Yeah, well, to be fair, the CIA was very good about had a really good track record of overthrowing countries for a long time. It's just, it wasn't that hard to do.
They all turned against you after that.
Oh yeah, that's kind of the issue. Is you start pissing these countries off, and if your like puppet dictator leaves or is killed, then yeah, you're kind of fucked. But yeah, also the whole MK Ultra program, but that's not really funny. That's just horribly fucked up.
Yeah, that was fucked.
Yeah.
I pushed the button. Where's the goddamn thing?
Oh, you want the rant? Okay. If any of you watch The Boys, which I don't blame if you don't, because it is a god-awful show. The first season was good, and afterwards it's just been a massive train wreck.
The Homelander show.
Yes.
Yeah, that's been all over YouTube Shorts today.
I'm sure it's, yeah, I've watched I've watched the first 2 seasons all the way through. I hated season 2 so much I kind of wrote it off, but then I watched a few like video essays going over seasons 3 and 4, so I still feel comfortable commenting on them. But there's a character called Sister Sage, and she is written to be like the most like DEI character ever, like the super smart, amazing black woman who puts like all the dumb white guys in their place kind of thing. And it's like okay, fine, whatever, but she is so smart that she knows everything. The problem is she knows nothing, and like they show that she's so smart by doing I knew you would do that. This is all part of my master plan. Even all the things that the characters have no way they know it would happen. It is just it's like, but you can have a character do like things where you can kind of you can show that their progress of like, oh well, I trying to think of a good example here, where it's like you start like toying with people and their emotions and like manipulate them into doing things, and you kind of imply, oh, this character knew this was going to happen because they're sort of they're setting this other character up to do a thing for them. And it's so transparent when people don't actually have the intellect to write a smart character. It's just like, oh no, they figured this out. Like, but how though? Part of what's enjoyable about a smart character is seeing their intelligence in action. Particularly if they're
Anti-Aizen.
yeah, like the God, I'm trying to think of a really good example. Unfortunately, this is one of those you just like, as soon as I try and think of an example, my brain just goes like flat. But like, I think a good like smart character is one that knows how to manipulate others, but in a way that's like, they can be very charming and very like appealing in their nature, where it's like you don't feel like you're being manipulated, they feel like they're a friend to you, kind of thing. Or if you are just generally like a
Hot damn Fox Milky. Well,
Hey,
you
pride.
are 0 for 3 on guesses for me. I am 22, Japanese, and I have very long hair.
By the way, she's taking pride, so none of that, buddy. But welcome in, dude. How's it going? Good to see you again, man. It's okay, I'm taking so it works out. Hey, there.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
I play it because the 360 was my first console, and Reach was my second game after Metal Gear Solid HD.
I'm playing it because she and I don't actually have a whole lot of games on Steam that we have in common, so we got this one. It's fun to play. Although this...
Yeah, Halo's hella fun.
Yeah, although this section is a little bit rough. Not gonna lie.
I will say when I was a kid, this section was fucking terrifying.
Oh, yeah, sure.
They're not worth the trouble. Ducky, how would you know? You've never even dated me. Yeah, I don't know what trouble he's talking about. Vic literally gets fed, like, delicious food while he's streaming.
Nope. Okay.
Okay, well, let's go over Vic's day when he's streaming. Usually, I make him food, usually some gourmet shit, and probably a dessert if I have the ingredients. And then, if I have to, I will feed it to him while he's streaming, so that he doesn't have to stop. He gets infinite cuddles, and he has a wife waiting with a beer when he has a hard day out right by his door.
The trad wife dream.
I don't know, man. That doesn't sound like trouble to me. And also, I keep the apartment clean.
Again, the trad wife dream. Yeah, I'm just kind of following you at this point because I'm totally lost as to where we're actually supposed to go.
If there's enemies, we're going the right way.
That sounds good to me. Yeah. Oh, there we go. But yeah, I think another thing too when it comes to smart characters is that they still need to be flawed anyway. Like that's kind of like one thing I was thinking on. Like, yeah, it's sort of like with the smart characters. Oh, but they're not like hyper intelligent or whatever. And it's like, but you don't always need that. You can have a character that is quite intelligent, but they have these blind spots, and oftentimes there's a lot of they're very susceptible to those blind spots because they're smart, and that makes them a little bit arrogant sometimes.
Like Eisen.
What is Eisen from?
Eisen is Bleach.
Ah, I never got into Bleach. It just
Eisen's whole shtick is that he is stronger and smarter than everybody.
Oh, yeah.
But in the end, he becomes really arrogant about it.
Mm.
He's very much the trope of, well, I knew you'd do that.
Oh god, that shit.
But he
yeah.
actually does things with it.
Mm.
So it's not just, I knew you'd do that. Like, it's because they'll actually hint that he knows about things beforehand, so it's not just, well, I knew you'd do that.
Okay, no, that's fair. If you can like set up the character in their ability to predict and manipulate others, then that's one thing. But if you just
the whole of Bleach is set up by that. He starts the whole series.
Gotcha. Yeah.
The first time you see him, he's a kind, gentle, sweet captain that everybody loves. And then you find him dead, hung up by a sword through his fucking chest in the wall. So you're like, oh shit.
Oh, damn. Yeah.
Only to find out later, yeah, I faked all that. I also killed the entire ruling class, and I've been ruling as them since then.
That also sounds like
it's one of those things that once you know, a lot of things make sense once he kind of explains how he did it.
I'll say how they have the hyper-intelligence, so they're master manipulator. My brother in Christ, have you ever met someone with an IQ above 90? If you're not talking something close to their passion, they're not interested. You said, yeah. Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, I think it depends. Like but I think like a lot of characters like that end up getting written that way just because there is shit. Whenever you have a smart character, oftentimes they are antagonistic, or they are meant to be kind of feared in a certain way. So you end up in that situation where it's like, oh, what are they going to do to manipulate the hero, or are they going to be a frenemy kind of situation? And that's where you kind of end up with that lot. But yeah, usually smart people have poor emotion. Yeah.
Hey, that's me, Ducky.
I can see that. Like I think an example that I really enjoy is Light Yagami, because he is extremely intelligent, but he has a shit ton of blind spots. He is very good at manipulating people. Aside from those blind spots, he also has what he does well, but he is so beyond arrogant and does not understand people as well as he thinks he does, and that ultimately ends up biting him in the ass. But also, the kind of ending to Death Note was kind of shit anyway. But it was like a not unreasonable comeuppance, but the way it was handled was just very poorly done. But yeah, sort of he's still a victim of his own ego and his own like attempts to play God.
Aizen's actually, in a way, a bit similar to Light. Like, he's very, very smart, but in the end, he gets beaten because Ichigo. He basically creates Ichigo from birth to be like a perfect thing for him to fight with. Only to get fucked up because Ichigo turned out to be smarter than him, which causes him to lose his intelligence when he finally goes off the rails.
Yeah. Okay.
Because someone is stronger than him, and he hates that.
Yeah, hubris. That is the good way of putting it. I think my absolute all-time favorite episode of Death Note, I think it was called Rain, if I remember correctly, or The Walk, or whatever it is. But it's after Light kills the FBI agent who was tracking him, and his wife ends up kind of like following the trail, and Light just happens to run into her by chance, and she doesn't really say what she's doing, but he kind of picks up on it, and it's the entire episode is this cat and mouse between them. But since it's not L and you don't get to hear L's thoughts, it's only Light's thoughts, and so it's him like analyzing the living hell out of her, playing mind games with her, trying to figure out when he's like going too far with stuff, and in the end he is able to get her actual name so he can kill her. But right before the Death Note triggers, he openly says, "I'm Kira, you've lost." And I'm like, oh buddy, you were so fucking lucky you got the right name, because you didn't know you got the right name. You just thought you did. If not, you would have been fucked. But that's Light in a nutshell. It is just, if I think I'm right, then I'm
smart,
right.
But he's still a teenager.
Absolutely. Yeah. He has that mentality. He's got the entire world figured out. He doesn't have the actual like life experience and like emotional intelligence that comes with just being alive for a long period of time. And it is what's, ultimately makes him a compelling character. But, yeah. Still gets his ass handed to him in the end. Still think that whole thing was kind of bullshit of like, oh, we swapped out to Death Note and perfectly copied it and sent it back to the super secret bank that has, like, high security.
I think Nier is stupid anyway.
Yeah. Nier and Mello are both terrible characters.
Like, L was a great foil to Light.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
Nier happened. Nier just ruined everything.
Yeah. God, yeah, it was just atrocious, because like Light and L are perfect for each other, because L is a genuinely evil human being. Like, people try to like make it oh no, well Light's evil. It's like, well, I mean, he kind of is. We're kind of getting to the morality of like vigilante justice and like the ineffectiveness of the law. I think he is a debatable character, but L is just fucking evil because he hides behind the law to do awful things. And
exactly,
and that also makes him an interesting character. but like they worked well with each other because they are both kind of awful people in their own regard that are just trying to fuck with each other. And they both have.
If you ever read Bleach, though, don't watch the anime.
Yeah, I've not heard great things about the anime. Yeah,
The anime is massively censored.
Mhm.
Like, you'll see things like people's arms getting cut off and shit in the manga.
Mhm.
And then instead in the anime, they just have, like, slight scuff marks.
Oh, one of those.
Hi, Fester.
Oh, welcome in, Maxo. Good to see you too, asshole. Yeah, because
Honestly, I think Madara was fucked up. Like, they portray Madara as this super intelligent being. Yeah, he's dumb as fuck. His entire plan revolved on a person that hates him giving up his life for him willingly.
Oh god, one of those. Ugh.
Yeah, he's at the end of Naruto.
I couldn't get into Naruto at all. I made a kind of quasi attempt at one point. I liked Rock Lee, but everything else I just didn't give a shit about.
Naruto becomes Ninja Jesus.
Yeah, that was the impression I got. And just I looked at Boruto and just immediately started laughing. Like I just got wrenching laughter. It looked so stupid. It is designed so terrible.
Literally.
Yeah. Oh.
He becomes the son of Ninja God.
Oh.
Out of nowhere, like Kakashi gets his eye ripped out of his head. And then Naruto just shows up and he's like, don't worry. And like the eye is back all of a sudden, while still being in the other guy's head who ripped it off.
Jesus Christ.
Rock Lee's master, Guy Sensei, does this technique that they've told you since season 1 is guaranteed death. If you use this, you die.
But it's different from him, isn't it?
And then he dies. And then Naruto shows up and he can just... I put my hand on him, so he's healed now.
Except for his leg.
Except for his leg. Fuck his leg. I can regenerate lost limbs and stuff, but... from other people, but not a leg.
Huh. Well.
I can't fix a broken leg. That's too much effort for me. I'm sorry.
Too much, man. I mean, he's got his limits. He is human after all.
And then space aliens show up.
Yeah, the like ridiculous amount of like jutsus, like it gets so overcomplicated so quickly. They just kind of got really dumb, and I just was like, I can't really. I just don't see myself getting invested in this.
In season 1, it was a lot more skill based, like you know, having to be able to weave the hand seals and know the jutsu. Season 2 onwards, it just became: do you have special eyes? No, then you're useless.
Sounds about right.
Do you have a monster inside you or special eyes? If no, just don't even bother showing up. God, I hate the library.
Yeah, I can absolutely see that. That was sort of... It's not quite the same, but I kind of felt the way about, like, JoJo stands at a certain point, that they got really, really, like, infuriating because they're incredibly vague as to what their powers are, and, like, hyper, not interpretive, what's the word I'm looking for? It's just like... Yeah, it's like, yeah, what are we doing here with this? What does the stand actually do? Because, like, in part 3, it's like, oh, this is the magician. It shoots fire. It's a big bird, like big buff bird man that uses like flame attacks. And it's like, and like Star Platinum was super fast, very quick, very powerful, but had like a short range. And so you're working within the limitations of the stands and their abilities, and some of them were really overpowered, but oftentimes they were wielded by characters that were either really stupid or had a lot of hubris, and so they could be beaten that way. And then once you get to like part 5, like a lot of them were just like, what the fuck's going on? Like, I still don't understand King Crimson. I read the manga twice. I watched the anime twice. I read that
I think that's one of the reasons I didn't like it, because I was just sitting there going, what the fuck is happening?
Yeah,
Oh, no, we're not going to explain it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Well, the
Fuck
thing
you then.
the thing is, they kind of JoJo does the thing where they'll explain it because it's like, okay, the audience has to know what's going on, but this character makes a lot of presumptions to be like to whatever their presumptions as being totally accurate of like, oh, clearly this stand's limitations are this. It's like, how do you know this? How do you know this? I mean, it's fine. I want to like know what's going on, but you're being very bold.
psychic.
Yeah, you're being very bold to presume that this enemy stands worked exactly this way, and that if it dies, then it'll reverse X, Y, and Z or whatever. So like, yeah. You like JoJo better without stands? I really love Part 2. Part 2 is my second favorite in the entire series, and Part 1, I know a lot of people hate it. It is near the bottom, but it's not the bottom. I still think 6 is by far the worst part, and I don't care for 5, but I like Part 1 because it's kind of charming. It's kind of charming with just how earnest it is. It is just a classic good versus evil story, and Dio is just the most evil piece of shit ever, and Jonathan is just pure and wholesome and all that. I kind of dig it, honestly.
Baby, remind me to fix stream elements before I stream tomorrow. I didn't see. Thank you for following me, Pride. I didn't see that. My fucking stream elements is broke again. Ever since I got my new phone number, stream elements is broke. I don't know
weird.
what the fuck happened.
Yeah, I would say you might like JoJo Part 4 if... actually, which part did you watch, Tinty? I'm curious.
I watched the one with the guy with the hat hair, and I didn't like that.
Oh, free.
Oh, Jotaro? Yeah. Jotaro is definitely a product of his time. I like him, but he is an autistic character who was not written to be an autistic character. Like, he's definitely... Yeah, he was definitely meant to be, like, cool, like, aloof, truant biker kid. Well, not biker, but, like, whatever you call that? Like, you know, delinquent teenager kind of thing. And he kind of comes off as just being, like, a bit of a dipshit now, who's, like, just very bad with people. Like, the way he just interacts with other people, he's just extremely awkward. And it's like, I think Araki, it's like accidentally wrote a highly autistic dude because he's also like obsessed with marine biology. He becomes a marine biologist when he's older.
He becomes a marine biologist?
Yeah, yeah. He literally ends up being Emperor Hirohito, unironically. The man just wanted to study his fish. That's all he wanted to do. He didn't care about anything else. Same thing with Jotaro. He just wanted to be a marine biologist. But yeah, I don't know. You might actually like Part 4. That's definitely a lot more focused on because it's set in Japan, but it's a lot more. It has fun with its concept because like Part 3 it's a like world-saving story. I still really enjoy it because the setup is great. It's this like plane, trains, and automobile excursion from Tokyo to Cairo, and just like the goofy adventures that the team gets into. But 4, I would describe as a David Bowie murder mystery set in like a small Japanese seaside town at the turn of the millennium.
Oh, that does sound interesting.
And yes, it is hey man, I can't spoil it. Shit. The main villain for that part is like my second favorite too. He is awesome.
Is it the blonde dude?
Dio? No. Well, technically...
The blonde homosexual vampire.
Yeah, that's Dio. Yeah, Dio is only my third favorite villain. Because, yeah, he's a lot. But no, this character... Well, the main villain for 4 is technically a blonde, but also technically not. I can't really say anything more without spoiling it. But yeah, it's great. It has a lot of fun with the stands, and the characters, I think, end up being a lot more well-rounded.
I hate those patterns.
Yeah, these are really annoying. He is up. I got myself cornered.
Honestly, I would have loved to. We almost got a fucking Halo movie directed by Peter Jackson and written by the guy who wrote 28 Days Later.
Yeah, that would have been a... Yeah. There's always...
They have the fucking script leaked online. It's fucking amazing. He leans into the horror angle and shit, and it's great.
Also,
And
we
it
got,
follows the source material.
Also, we got Helldiver Halo.
Yeah, we almost got... They went to fucking Halo first to ask about doing a Helldivers type game. And Microsoft's like, no, that's stupid. No one's gonna want to do that.
But we got the Halo TV show instead, though.
Joy.
Fucking Pablo Schreiber absolutely insisting, no, I have to take the helmet off multiple times per episode. People have to see my face. They'll identify me
I
as...
hope Twitter is lying to me about that show. Where they're saying, oh, but Pablo Schreiber, you can have his voice in the new game.
Oh,
if they do,
ew.
I genuinely don't think I'll buy that. It's an option. I don't even care if it's an
Yeah,
option.
fuck that. There's just some things you don't support. Fuck that shit. Yeah, download it for free then.
I do know JoJo's is how we develop part of our American weeb detector. If they say yare yare daze, 99% of the time they're an American weeb who watches JoJo. Because we don't actually say that.
Yeah, I kind of figured. It sort of seems like just a, you know, it'd be like screaming muda muda muda. Like, you wouldn't do that in public. It's just the thing a character does because it's over the top.
It's something they used to do, like, a long time ago. Like, for some reason, Jotaro speaks like an old man.
Huh.
Not completely, but yare yare daze is definitely something like an old man would say.
I mean, I actually have heard it used by younger characters in other anime, but very rarely. But, like, the way I had it, like, described to me with the actual cultural translation, not the literal translation, is that it's, like, it's essentially a sigh of relief, and you're maybe expressing a little bit of annoyance at something, but also you kind of like it at the same time. Like, it's like a mom who's, like, fussing over you a little bit, like, yada yada daze, like, oh, mom, and it's like, yeah, you're kind of annoyed with her, but it's still sweet that she cares about you, kind of thing.
Yeah, that would be more... That'd be more common in, like, the 70s kind of thing.
Well, it's probably just a stylistic choice then. Like, because Jotaro kind of has the, like, 70s, like, leather biker thing going on, like the delinquent teenager thing, so I could see that just being a stylistic choice.
It's just that a lot of Americans and other Western weebs heard that, and they're like, aha, I can speak Japanese now.
Oh, yeah. Ugh.
Yeah, there's a fun fact for you, Chad. If you go to Japan, don't repeat anything you hear in anime. Because 90% of it is being extremely fucking rude.
Yeah. That seems like that would make sense, but some people just lack an understanding.
Someone would be walking around in America talking like a Power Ranger. It's very weird.
Oh, there we go. More flood. Oop.
I mean, you'd be surprised how many people actually do the stupid, like, touch my fingers together when I'm talking to girls shtick.
Huh. That's a little bit sad, but I also totally believe it.
It worked in hentai. Yeah, well, this is not hentai, man. A Japanese girl would like it. No, we don't. We find it creepy.
Yeah.
Please continue on. I will rejoin you when I've completed.
Yeah, some people genuinely cannot distinguish fiction in between it and real life, and that's a little bit scary to me. I mean, but that's not just like an American to anime thing. That's just like a lot of things. People just get so wrapped up in like the fantasy of whatever piece of media they like that they just can't understand that the world doesn't operate that way.
That, but anime weirdly, a lot of them latched onto like really hard.
Oh yeah. Oh, for sure, for sure.
Like our Westaboos are not that level.
Yeah, they do seem to just have like a general appreciation for American culture.
Yeah,
like,
it's not.
It's
not like I'm gonna go walk around calling myself sensei and shit.
Yeah. I have heard, because I did watch a video from a Japanese YouTuber who, like, grew up with a lot of Westaboos, and he's like, yes, they can get really fucking weird sometimes, but yeah, it's a lot more, like, their lack of understanding that, like, American movies aren't America, and they have a bit of a warped perception, and they also are obsessed with getting, like, an American wife kind of thing, and not realizing that's also not perfect either.
It's a good joke, Ducky. He said, "What does a little sister ride? A Nissan."
Yeah, yeah.
That's cute, Ducky.
That's pretty good.
I do appreciate puns.
Mm.
I love puns. It is in our blood.
Yeah, apparently, I forget if I mentioned this or not before, but like, Araki, the mangaka for JoJo, he loves puns, and one of the characters, the kind of secondary main character in Part 7, he does a insane amount of puns. Like, it is a constant thing with him. And the English translation didn't localize it, so none of them make sense, but they're still really funny, just because they make no goddamn sense. So you might actually like reading the original, because, well, actually, Steel Ball Run is going to be made into a new part, but that's probably going to be like a couple years from now. But if you read the manga, yeah, if you read the manga, I'm sure the puns would be really funny, because they're like the facial descriptions of the characters as he's making the puns are great, because they're super animated. But yeah, I don't understand what any of the jokes are.
I know I'm probably the only person on Earth that doesn't like One Piece, though.
It's been going on for, what, 2 decades? Yeah. It's been going on for like 2 fucking decades at this point. There's 100
years, yeah.
Yeah. Oh my god, 30 years. 100 volumes, they've still not found the fucking One Piece.
Well, that's because it took the... My problem is that Oda keeps doing this stupid shit where he's like, and time for a flashback. No, man, you're in the final arc. Quit with these goddamn flashbacks and just tell the story.
Yeah. No, I can't.
But what about the Void Century? I don't fucking care, man. Just give me the damn treasure.
I prefer, like, a series that intentionally has an expiration date. Like, there is going to be an endpoint for it, or they have a rough idea of the endpoint when they start out. Because there's, like, intent to just make a really good story at that point.
My little dark theory is that he knows nothing he puts in that One Piece is going to be satisfying.
Oh, of course not.
So he's kind of intentionally...
Yeah, that's that. Ah, Ghosty, welcome in. Thank you for the raid, buddy. How was your stream? But yeah, that's sort of like the... Yeah, you write yourself into a corner with that. I mean, there's ways around it, but it is a tough one because, yeah, we're talking decades of build-up. And this isn't
this
like...
This is Half-Life 3, but an anime.
Yeah, oh my god. It's supposedly Half-Life 3 is coming out. We'll see, but it's not going to be good. Because, like, all the talent left, it's the same Skinwalker problem that...
I'm Commander Shepard,
Halo...
and this is my favorite store on the Citadel.
Follow. Much appreciated, Ducky. It's the Skinwalker problem. You have a bunch of people who don't actually like the properties they're working on. They're not talented. They're not even, like, video game developers. And, yeah, they're just like, oh, but we're gonna continue it on. Like, yeah, but I don't trust you to do that.
The fucking phrase, we hired people who hate Halo to make Halo, will forever be burned into my brain.
And they think that's a smart thing to say. Because
Yeah,
it'll be a fresh take on the series. No, it's by a bunch of people who aren't interested in telling a good story, who aren't interested in respecting the lore. They want to use this as a vehicle to tell their own terrible stories that no one gives a shit about. Because they weren't talented enough to create an original property. Ugh.
Pretty much.
Well,
I mean, a lot of the new Halo stories, you could have just not made Halo. You could have just made them a generic-ass sci-fi story, and nobody would have cared. But you just chose to slap Halo's name on it.
Yeah, that was kind of the impression I got with the later stories. Is just like they don't know what they're doing. They don't know what makes Halo Halo. They don't understand what makes Bungie writing, and so it's just kind of this, just generic spaceman story. Oh, there's a new alien. The aliens are even more cool and badass, and there's even more of a threat or whatever. It has that dumb escalation feel to it.
That's literally what they've done every single game.
Yeah.
Halo 4, they introduced the Forerunners, which pisses me off because the Forerunners were supposed to be humans.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty much flat out stated they are. In the Halo 3, Spark even says, you are the Reclaimer. You're the inheritor of everything they left behind because you are a Forerunner. And then, fucking Halo 4, they just said, nah, the Forerunners are these things.
Yeah. They're
Fuck
even
you, deal with it.
Yeah, they're even more cool advanced space aliens. Whoa, isn't that crazy?
Then then Halo 5, they're like, oh, the Guardians are fucking like super space aliens that have magic powers to turn off electricity.
What a cool ability.
And then Infinite, they're like, oh, the Endless are immune to the Flood. Okay.
Yeah,
Can
wait.
you just bring the fucking Flood back?
Yeah, way to make your like universe-ending threat kind of worthless by we have a species that's immune to it. It's fine. That makes it even more cool and badass, doesn't it? No, it.
That means they're also immune to the Halo rings. Yeah, but Chief wasn't about to fucking fire a Halo ring to get rid of one of these assholes. Like,
Well, thanks for asking. How are things going here? Good. We are mostly complaining about 343 Studios fucking up Halo, and also just bad modern writing in general. The people coming in who don't appreciate the franchises and that they're working on, that don't continue the legacies of companies that they are, taking over, that kind of thing. Our little rants.
yep.
Yeah. It's good to have them once in a while. You gotta have to decompress. Like, that's one of those things, like, as a writer, that shit pisses me off to no end, because it's like, I'm not the best writer in the world, but I am a damn good writer. And I know I will never work in a position.
God fucking damn it, I
Yep.
forgot that asshole.
Uh-oh.
Rocket Flood.
Oops. I will do my best to not die until you can be revived.
Yeah, Rocket Floods insta-kill you. They're
Yeah.
probably the most
Shit.
annoying thing in the series, other than Sniper
Shit.
Jackal.
Oh, I cornered myself pretty bad on that one.
How the fuck did you live that?
There we go. Oops.
Oh, he killed himself.
I'll take it. But yeah, it is one of those things that just bugs the shit out of me to see people who are not competent at what they do, who are just given positions as writers because they know someone and they say the right things on Twitter kind of situation. And it's like, yeah, they just don't care if you are a decent writer. That's not what they're interested in. They don't care if you're passionate. They don't care if you're a fan. What matters is, do they like you? Oops.
A new, fresh take. Every time I hear that, I'm like, oh,
Oh,
God, here we go.
yeah.
The series needs innovation. No, it didn't.
No.
Leave it alone.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. And you can innovate, but you need to do it smartly.
You need to do it with the same way the original did it. You can iterate, but you don't need to completely replace it with some other bullshit.
Mm-hmm. Oh god, Doug, fucking hell. You gotta remind me of that shit, and the fact that I still have one more session left, but people haven't redeemed it, and I'm not gonna do it until someone redeems it. Hell.
Wait, Veilguard?
Yeah, I have one. Well, I don't know if I technically have one session left or not, but I'm just gonna do one more session. I'm just going to I'm gonna pick a Saturday morning. And I'm just gonna play it until I beat it.
I thought you finished it.
Nope, I got one more left. We got kind of
trying
close.
to save up for Death Stranding.
Yeah, no, it's not done yet. I just did the poll because my presumption that someone was going to come out of the woodwork and redeem it immediately, and then it's like, oh, I better be prepared for like to do the next game. But no one's redeemed it yet, so yeah, that's just hanging over my head right now. Yeah.
Honestly, Halo 5 might be as offensive as Veilguard.
I'm not. Yeah. Then again, I've not played Halo 5, but yeah, from what I've seen, it looks atrocious. But there's nothing similar between Veilguard and the original Origins.
Same with Halo.
Yeah.
Halo 5.
Fair enough. Time to use your channel points. Oh
Everything
god.
that you love is ruined.
Yeah.
Also, they completely lied in the fucking trailers. Like, they had this cool fucking story laid out about Master Chief going fully rogue and just doing whatever the hell he wanted. Like, Master Chief had officially gone off his rocker.
Yeah. And then they
They
just
had a podcast about it that was really cool, and then the betrayal is literally him saying, negative infinity, I don't like it.
Yeah.
And then he just leaves. And then somehow Chief is equal to Spartan Locke, a Spartan 4. And they have the worst fight scene ever. It's even worse because Cortana dies at the end of 4. Like, that's one of the few things 343 ever got right, was an emotional death for Cortana, where you're like, oh shit, she actually died. And then 5, they're like, surprise! She's back. Also, the stupid assholes ruined it by having the cutscenes default to on, or the subtitles default to on, and it says Cortana in the corner. So you can just immediately tell in like the second cutscene of the game that Cortana's talking.
Jesus.
Oh, well, Cortana's not evil. We had to make sure we knew that. She's just doing a thing we disagree with. She enslaved the universe. The fuck you mean? No, that's evil.
Yeah. Yeah, there's not too many ways around that. This isn't like moral ambiguity like that, you know, you kind of saw in other like Halo titles, which, you know, like the zombie ship one. I forget what that was, that YouTube video you sent me.
Oh, Mona Lisa.
Yeah, no, that was great because it was like every character generally felt you understood where they're coming from and everyone was in conflict with each other.
Yeah.
And like it's like it was hard to pick sides because they all, I mean, aside from the Oni guy, because fuck him, he's just an evil piece of shit. But everyone else was just like, you're all just doing your jobs, and it's really fucking tough, and it's kind of a miserable mess that you're stuck in. Guys, I feel for you, but yeah.
There's none of that in Halo 5.
Yeah.
They tried that, but they want you to feel bad for a person who basically wants to turn off technology. She kind of is pulling an am and like, no, humanity's too stupid, so I have to look out for it.
Yeah. At least, yeah. Because, I mean, at least with, like, Am, as far as a character goes, Am's a very complex character. Because, like, the whole, like, Am is as much as Am hates humans, and, you know, if I could, you know, post, or if I could write hate, with, like, within, like, I can't do the monologue, I forget what it is. But he hates humans, but he honestly hates himself more than he hates humans. Because he's made by them. And he despises that he's kind of like stuck in his metal like wire prison body. He can't move anywhere. He is a self-loathing character. But they never say that in the book, but it's implied through just kind of understanding, you know, what he is. But yeah, I kind of get the impression that was not the case with like evil Cortana. I kind of get the feeling that she's just sort of evil.
Don't worry, guys. I took over the world. Aren't you proud of me, Chief? Why the fuck would he be proud of you? Now there's no more war. No more death. Yeah, because you caused it, dumbass.
But she meant well, guys. Isn't that enough?
God, it's so stupid.
She's telling her truth by taking over the universe or something.
And then people hated it. They tried to fix it in a book. One book. Where Cortana's the villain. And then they're just like, yeah, you know what? Fuck it. I quit. This is hard. Cortana died. The end.
You'll be heading out now? Well, I appreciate you coming in and hanging out, Ghosty. It's always good to see you, buddy.
She's not even killed on screen either. She's killed, like, in the past. And you get a fucking recording of her saying she's going to die, and that's it. Cortana's dead.
I lost connection to live? Oh, get the fuck out of here.
It said the same thing to me. I think their servers might be down.
Uh-oh. Well, I guess we'll see. I probably shouldn't have used my rocket there, but now I have absolutely no ammo. Oops.
I mean, Ducky, that's how I am with Cortana now. I can't look at Cortana in these games the same ever again because of that shit.
Yeah.
Even worse, it's ruined Noble 6 for me.
Oh, I just switched to the new graph.
Legendary Spartan. Oh, you switched to new graph?
Yeah, I actually, it's also so bright. Holy shit.
It is. It's like a fucking solar flare.
Yeah. Damn.
They even said some shit, I think, about, yeah, we fixed the visibility in these areas. It was supposed to be dark, you fucking moron.
But the modern audience doesn't like that, though. It's confusing and scary to them. This isn't a horror game, guys.
One reason it landed so well is because it's not supposed to be a horror game.
Yeah.
You're fighting aliens, and all of a sudden, fucking zombies show up.
Mhm. Oh yeah, I love a good genre switch. If it's done well. Sometimes it can be kind of frustrating, but like yeah, there's some really good ones out there for sure.
And as much as this level sucks ass, the genre switch is done really well here.
Oh, yeah.
It's really tense.
For sure. Yeah, that is one thing I will say. Weirdly enough, well, people who know me know my love of Love, because that series is absolutely amazing. But weirdly enough, it is technically speaking a hentai game, because it has like each game has like one sex scene towards the end and like a couple nip slips,
Really?
kind of. Yeah. But like the Steam versions, they just take those scenes out because they don't really actually add anything to it. But the first game is just this like doofy, funny, like basic bitch anime dating sim, and then the second one is a mecha story with a alien invasion as like a background element. Like, you know the aliens exist, but you actually never see the aliens in the second game. It's all just implication, and it does start to get dark. And there's like, you know, humanity's been mostly wiped out, but like the kind of the area you're in is sort of one of the few safe areas while you're training to become a mech pilot. And so there's a lot of dark implications, but it's still fairly reserved. And then the third game is just a harrowing alien invasion story. It gets super fucked up, like beyond fucked up. And it's like, how did I go from like, I saw Mia-san and her titties were out. Oh no, oops. To, oh my god, I'm watching my crewmates get eaten alive by aliens. What the fuck?
Ducky said, I is confused and scared in my power suit with my arsenal of weapons, one of which is a shotgun. Ace Combat pulled a weird genre switch like that once. Ace Combat 1 and 2 were just your regular flight sim games.
Yeah.
And then Ace Combat 3, they hired the people who did fucking Ghost in the Shell.
Whoa.
They made a fucking cyberpunk story that they literally decided was too complicated for the West, so they didn't release it. They kept it in Japan and cut all the cutscenes and just gave the gameplay to you guys.
Oh my god, I hate when they do that shit. You Americans just won't understand. It's like, give us a shot. I mean, there are definitely like a lot of the whatever, we just want the action kind of shit, but I feel that kind of exists in a lot of cultures where you'll get people who just, they don't give a fuck. They don't want story, they just want action. But it's like, man, I love that kind of shit.
This time it was like the late 90s.
Okay, yeah, fair. Like, if we're talking late 90s, there is a bit more, because I think in the West there was a lot more of the attitude that video games are just purely like fun, dumb entertainment. Yeah. So okay, that's fair actually. That's a fair point. But yeah, like the man, hearing it's made by the Ghost in the Shell devs, oh that like I want to play that now.
Yeah, they did the cutscenes.
Awesome. Yeah.
They have full anime cutscenes, and at one point, you have to fly your fighter jet into the fucking internet to stop somebody.
Yeah, that was one of those movies. Yeah, that was one of the first. Well, I'd watched a fair amount of anime just because, like, we have we had Adult Swim over here. I mean, we still have Adult Swim, but they mostly just do cringe, awkward anti-humor shit now. But they used to do a lot more like syndication of anime. And we had some really great shit. Of course, like Cowboy Bebop was kind of the big one, but like there was sort of those sort of like more mature stories that got me really hooked on like anime. And I found out about the Ghost in the Shell movie, and I watched that, and that was a kind of eye-opening experience. Just sort of like discussion of like, you know, the fallibility of memory and how it can be manipulated. And like the idea of becoming like an artificial human, and at one point you stop being human. There was just so much depth to that movie. It was just unreal.
Surprisingly, supposedly now, Death Stranding 2 is supposed to be a good game, and it has the fucking director of Ghost in the Shell in the game.
Like,
he's making pizzas while you have a fight with him.
And
it is pure goofy amazingness.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like Kojima finally remembered what he was supposed to do.
Mm. I guess we'll
He
see.
finally remembered the goofiness. I mean, they got fucking Usada Pecora in the game. Like the HoloLive VTuber.
Oh. Oh, Picor. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Rabbit Girl.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's in the game.
Huh. Weird.
You have a guitar battle at one point. Like, Kojima has finally remembered, oh, wait. Games are supposed to be fun.
Yeah.
Shit, I forgot that for like 10 years. My bad, guys.
Huh. Yeah,
And he learned his lesson and actually gives you guns and vehicles and doesn't fucking take them away from you this time. So I'm actually gonna play it.
all right.
Gotta get a
Yeah.
PS5 first, though.
Yeah, I can't do consoles anymore. Despite me still being subhuman trash that uses a controller on a PC, I can't go back to console games anymore. Like, I just...
Now you should just do it for exclusives.
Yeah.
I had to leave my console in the US, though.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't want to give, like, Sony and Microsoft any more money than, like, I'm already forced to do by buying their games on occasion. I just don't respect them as companies anymore. They are far too anti-consumer to the point where it's just like, there's a certain line, I feel like, you know, some people will just kind of complain about, like, oh, I don't like what this company's doing, and they'll still buy their games. And to me, it's like, I need to stick by my principles. If I'm going to say I'm going to cut off a company, then I really just need to do that.
Konami is the good guys now.
Yeah, I know, it's weird. It's so fucking weird.
Konami of all fucking people.
Yeah. Yeah,
Like, they released 3 games in a row that are good. There's no microtransaction bullshit in them. No stupid, like, infinite DLC or any of that. They're just really good games. And they're faithful remakes and a faithful recreation. Like, Silent Hill F is a faithful game in the Silent Hill series.
Yeah, which is wild considering, like, they were the pachinko guys. They were the guys who abandoned their entire franchises to sell pachinko games.
Oh god, the Metal Gear Solid 3 pachinko.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember some dude went to Japan just to try out the pachinko, like, Metal Gear game, and it's like, well, yeah, I don't understand why they would do this, because it's not like the people who play pachinko give a fuck about Metal Gear, but it's like, this is the newest Metal Gear content we're gonna get after Kojima left, because all we got was Survive.
The problem we saw was they released the fucking cutscenes, so every fan was like, oh my god, Metal Gear Solid 3 remake.
Yeah.
And then they're like, it's a pachinko! Thanks, you fucking dick.
Yeah, no one, yeah, this is a thing that 65-year-old chain smokers do. This isn't, like, why would you put the Metal Gear license on it? What do you think you're going to sell by having that on your pachinko machine?
I'm gonna have to play Death Stranding too, but after playing the Konami games, I'm wondering if maybe there was a lot more fault on Kojima for that than we gave him credit for.
Oh, there absolutely was. I don't question that for a fucking second. Because that man's ego knows no goddamn bounds.
Like, supposedly the man was massively, massively over budget too when Konami cut him off, and that's what pissed him off.
Oh, I'm sure.
Like, at first, I blamed Konami for Ground Zeroes, because
Yeah.
obviously Ground Zeroes was scummy anti-consumer shit.
Mm-hmm.
Where you pay $40 for a demo. But then when you hear Konami's side about, look, we were just trying to get something, he wouldn't quit spending money.
Yeah. I can absolutely...
Then
Yeah.
it becomes a little bit more understandable. Especially because Metal Gear Solid games have not traditionally been, like, super mega Call of Duty blockbuster hits.
Yeah. They
He
have
was supposedly spent almost 100 mil.
yeah, they have, I wouldn't quite call it a niche, but they are not the biggest sellers, but they have a cult following, and the cult following is good
Yeah.
marketing for Konami, but that's kind of like, when it comes down to money, that's kind of all it is. It is a moderately successful franchise that has good advertising appeal to it, essentially.
Yep, and then he managed to spin that as, oh, they didn't let me finish my art. Can you believe that? Well, man, if you were that over budget,
Yeah.
yeah, I can believe that.
Yeah. This is why, as a creative, I fucking hate auteurs. Like, there are a few exceptions. Martin Scorsese is an amazing director, and he's incredibly humble, which, you know, like, that's what you want. You want someone who's smart, they have their own style, and they don't have their head up their ass. But that is extremely rare for a creative. Like, you give creative people any amount of money and any amount of power, and it will go to their head almost as bad as it does with a politician. It is unreal how much they will just, like, they will become God in their own head because they've had like 2 successful projects, and they're getting hyped up by like the internet and the people around them.
Oh yeah, like they put Kojima immediately on a pedestal.
Oh yeah, which
He's
is
the god,
yeah.
and everyone's like, he even calls himself the voice of God in Metal Gear Solid 4.
Ugh, hate it. Oh, I hate that shit so much. It's like fucking Stephen King with The Dark Tower, which, God, that series of books I loved as a teenager, then reading as an adult, it is not very good. But like, so I know you're not like a big reader, but just, you know Stephen King, of course.
Yeah, the It guy.
Yeah, the Ed guy. Yeah, that's not a bad description of him. But yes, his magnum opus is called The Dark Tower. It's a 7 part book series, which is him kind of putting together all the written stories he's done before and kind of putting them into like a single universe. But it's the main character's also kind of like Clint Eastwood from like the Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. It's kind of like a post-apocalyptic cowboy story, and it's a cool story when it starts out. The first book is quite good, kind of philosophical, very, very interesting, leaves a lot of mystery, but in a good way. The second book is amazing. It is still one of my all-time favorite books to this day because of just like how the character perspectives are written. 3 is decent, 4 is pretty good, 5, 6, and 7 are fucking atrocious. They are some of the worst written pieces of shit I've ever seen in my life. And a big part of that is he gets a massive ego by the time the 5th book, by the time he's writing the 5th book, and he literally, Stephen King makes himself God in the universe. Because he's the writer.
Sounds like him.
Yes. Although he's totally not God, guys, he just happens to be a godlike figure. But that's how he like counters it. It's like, I'm not actually God, but I just have the powers of a god.
I do like reading some stuff. Like, I like Edgar Allan Poe.
Yeah.
The energy barrier
Oh yeah, Poe's a good writer.
will deactivate.
He has a way of like, his writing can kind of inspire. What was the one? I think it was called Heartbeat, where it actually, like, the way that he writes it, it actually makes you want to read faster and faster. You have to kind of feel your heartbeat elevated a little bit as you read it, because it's like the tension builds and builds very, very carefully as like this character's about to get found out.
Yeah, he's a fucked up dude.
Oh yeah,
He writes good stories.
oh yeah. But yeah, to me, there's just something so infuriating about an author who like makes himself out to be God. It's like, I don't care if it's your magnum opus or whatever.
Requires that I
Shut
take
the fuck
possession
up.
of the index for transport. Your organic form renders you vulnerable to infection. The index must not fall into the hands of the flood.
Like, I know you like Claire Obscura, but me and Vic just...
The
Mm.
flood is spreading. We must hurry.
They're not really it's not really like an auteur director situation though. It's just like a bunch of like ex Ubisoft employees just kind of like,
It just
Very
felt
cool.
pretentious to me.
I mean, I think there's aspects of pretension to it, but I don't know how like invested
Like,
you're.
we physically cringed at that line about, we all wear masks, but I am my mask.
Yeah, you guys clearly hated Visage, which I was more neutral on. I think,
I fucking hated that guy.
Splendid.
yeah, I think the other giant you have to take down is far better because it's
Oh,
more.
we didn't get that far.
Yeah.
Vic gave up and went and played Metal Gear Solid 4.
Mm,
Because he said Metal Gear Solid 4 was less pretentious.
mm.
Particular endeavor has come to an end.
Also, it's the only game of
Does not allow units with my
Yeah, also because it's the only game that fucks his stream up somehow.
But see, that is fair. Like, if you can't actually play the game on stream, then that's a good reason to stop. But
Like, I had fun in Act 1, and then I start watching Vic play Act 2, and I'm like, I don't like this.
yeah, I really enjoyed the characters. I like the world because the world is incredibly original. And there's a lot I can't talk about because you guys have not finished Act 2. But I think it
We
is.
went and looked up the story.
Yeah.
I wanted to see if my predictions were right, and I was.
You predicted it? Really? That's interesting. Well, I mean, like, Mael being, like, the daughter is pretty predictable, but I think otherwise it was pretty original with a lot of things.
I predicted that. I predicted that Verso was actually, like, a created artificial thing.
Yeah.
The whole thing about this isn't the real world, all that shit.
You mean this?
I'm really bad about that. Like, I'll be watching a movie with somebody, and I'll just blurt something out that happens to be the twist of the movie.
I shall purge you at once.
You sure that's a good idea?
How dare you?
Do what?
Kitten used to hate that.
Yeah, I can see that.
Enough.
Ladies, you're both beautiful.
The flood is spreading. If we activate Halo's defenses, we can wipe them out.
You have no idea how this ring works.
Also, Cortana is green because 343 chose to use the gearbox port for some stupid fucking reason.
Oh, God.
Whatever. We're all equally edible. The only way to stop the flood.
I don't know why they chose to use this shitty gearbox thing, but they did.
Yeah. Yeah, it makes you think she's being, like, overtaken or something. Oh, no, her AI is being overtaken by some malevolent program. Yeah. Jesus Christ.
Alright, baby, I need Vic Fox for a minute.
Is it true?
More or less. Technically, this installation's pulse has a maximum effective radius of 25,000 light years. But once the others follow suit,
Let me do
this
that.
galaxy will be quite devoid of life. Or at least any life with sufficient biomass to sustain the flood.
There you go, chat. Subscriber exclusive Vic Fox.
I mean, how couldn't you?
Left out that little detail, did he?
We have followed outbreak containment.
Pretty much just ad break time.
Yeah, fair.
Each step of the way as we manage this crisis.
Chief, I'm picking up movement.
Why would you
Yeah, no ads on my end here. I might pop out in a minute, though.
Go.
After this cutscene's over.
Last time
Yeah,
you asked me if it were my choice, would
That's
I
right.
do it?
I didn't even know you could do this. Oh, I guess you can do it manually. I just never think to do that. Yeah.
My answer has not changed. There is no choice. We must activate the ring.
Get us out of here.
If you are unwilling to help, I will simply find another. Still, I must have the index. Give your construct to me, or I will be forced to take her from you.
That's not going to happen.
So be it. Save his head. Dispose of the rest.
Look out.
Oh.
And then it's fall down. Awesome. Thank you, game, for putting a massive drop right behind us.
Oh, shit. Where are we at here? I need to get some shield recovery here. And of course I have a fucking shotgun. Could not be any less useful at this point unless it was a Covenant weapon. But thankfully I didn't grab any of those pieces of shit. Actually, now that they're getting in close range, this isn't too bad with the shotgun. Oh.
Well,
Yeah, that ended up actually working out really well. I just figured they would maintain their distance and wouldn't just fly towards me, because that would be like what a smart AI would do.
We have to stop him. We have
Yeah.
to
But
destroy
it's like,
him.
nah, we'll just
Well,
fly
that's
next to you.
not,
Yeah.
According to my analysis,
That's more Aiden and I.
data,
Yeah.
I believe the best course of action is somewhat risky.
Good old guilty spark.
Sufficient size will help
Yep.
destabilize
Ugh.
and will cut through a number of primary systems. We need to trigger a detonation on a large scale, however. Starship's fusion reactors going critical will do the job. I'm going to search what's left of the Covenant battlement and see if I can locate the Pillar of Autumn's flashlight. If the ship's fusion reactors are still relatively intact, we can use them to destroy Halo.
one. That one.
Oh,
Bless you.
no, thank you. I don't know why I'm so sneezy right now. Man.
Beginnings of a cold?
No, I don't think so.
Let's hope not.
Yeah. I usually don't really get, like, sneezy whenever I'm getting sick.
I haven't located the crash site yet.
Oh, that's a good feeling. Sneak up behind an elite and then blowing his head off with a shotgun.
Oh, that's
Gratifying.
Without the index.
yeah. That's
The machinery
little
units
better.
handled are Halo's primary firing mechanisms. They consist of 3 phase pulse generators that amplify Halo's signal and allow it to fire deep into space.
Ooh,
The
what do we got
power
here?
levels are enormous. I can't even begin
Oh,
to calculate
shields.
the corporate range. So, if we damage or destroy these generators, the monitor will need to repair them before Halo can be used. That should buy us some time. I'm marking the location of the nearest pulse generator with a nav point. We need to move in and neutralize the device.
Oh. You should have just stayed hidden. You should have just stayed hidden, Grunt.
But no.
Nope.
I'll
Had
go
to-
fuck with 2 Spartans.
Yeah, had to be a hero.
Yep.
Guess he won't be going back to the feet.
Another one?
Yeah, I guess he won't be going back to the feeding nipple anytime soon.
No, they won't. Well, they blew me up.
Let's see.
There's more guys down here.
Oh, I'm going up. I don't know what I'm doing up here, but no. Did I just go up here for no reason, or do I just keep going?
Yep.
Oh, there's a sniper rifle. Ooh,
Yep. Ooh.
ooh, hell yeah.
Okay. Oh.
But yeah, it looks like I can't actually do anything up top there. Okay, fine.
Here I am.
And she's back.
Yep.
Yes. Back. Get you out of.
You know, once in a while, yeah.
Peasant, you're using KBM.
Yes. Yes, I am.
How dare you?
Oh no, I'm sorry. I was just a keyboard and mouse. I'm so sorry. How dare I?
He's booty up.
Oh, oh, we got some slowdown. We got some
Oh,
slowdown.
what the fuck?
Ooh,
Oh yeah.
a little bit rough there. All right.
Boing, boing. Okay.
Oops. Now, where do we actually go from here? Because I climbed to the top of the tower, and there didn't seem to actually be, like, a way to get across.
Cross.
Yeah, to, like, the red
Oh
marker.
yeah, we're going in.
Ah,
Did you guys come out of this or into it?
I don't remember. I honestly don't remember. I thought we needed to maybe, like, go down. I don't know.
Okay, you guys fought the guilty spark here, so we go out. Got it. So I know where we're going then.
We came out of a building with AI shooting at us. Went through a big hallway and then we got the outside.
Got it.
Skyward.
Haas found an enemy.
Yep, I think we go this direction.
Kamikaze always helps.
Oh, damn it. Oh, wow, that sniper rifle did not have much ammo on it. Wow.
No, they never do.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck, I died.
I will do my best. Shit. Oops. Well, that elite somehow got hit with a rocket and just kind of gently drifted in one direction.
Was it the gold guy? Because they have
Nope.
really tough shields.
Nope, it was the blue guy. Weirdly enough, the gold just died. So I'm thinking, yeah, I must have hit the gold directly on, and then let's see here. Fuck you. There we go. Oh. God damn, it's still going. Still going strong.
Oh, the tank.
Yeah,
they take a
holy
lot.
shit. At least there are
Hey, I'm glad you like my model.
more rockets. Nice.
And I love Halo. Welcome to my chat, Link. Alright, there we go.
You respawn?
Yep.
Excellent.
I got in the airplane already. In the Banshee.
Ah.
Is this the one where I can do backflips? No, I think that's Halo 2. I can do backflips.
Took a little bit more shotgun ammo than I wanted to there, but that's fine. We got him. We got the bastard. Yeah, mine ended up getting wedged down in the crags here. I will try to fly this, but that's probably not going to happen. It killed me when I flipped it. Holy shit.
Hey, the 360 is always fun. It's my favorite.
Oh my god.
Or it was my first console. Little 9-year-old 10, she loved getting that damn thing.
That's the pulse generator. The center core is the signal amplifier. That's what we need to shut down. We need to
Yeah, I love the controller on it.
Objective accomplished. The pulse generator has overloaded. Scanning. The generator's central core is offline. Well done.
Yeah, Halo's a great game, though. Pretty much all of them except 5.
I thought you didn't like 4 either.
4 is okay.
Yeah.
4 got a lot of problems with the retcon. Cortana's retcon is really what damages 4.
Well,
Hi, Vester.
I died again. I died again to another Banshee.
Oh,
This-
that was me. Sorry.
Yeah, it was you. Yeah, because the first time I died to trying to flip my Banshee out of the ravine that it got knocked into during the fighting.
I can't believe Ace Combat 8 got announced, though.
If it's on Steam, I might check it out because yeah, the more I hear about the series, the more it sounds really interesting. I know there was one with a
Ace Combat is basically Metal Gear, but planes.
Yeah. I heard there was like one character like named like Viper or something who's like a super manipulative psychopath, like a very but like a very interesting character.
Viper.
Or I don't know, maybe I think maybe Viper was from Titanfall 2.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
but
don't remember a Viper.
yeah, but there's like one of the pilots is like one of those like manipulative psycho kind of characters, and I enjoy those kind of characters if they're well written. They can be a lot of fun.
Yeah, I love Ace Combat. One of my favorite series of all time. Why can't I pick up any weapons? There we go.
Oh. Yeah.
Like, Ace Combat also really loves wacky shit, and
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah, if it's
Like,
bad.
at one point, they fly down the barrel of a giant railgun.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good with Goofy as long as it's well balanced.
Oh, it's very well balanced.
Yeah.
I don't know if you ever played with me during the War Thunder era.
Nope. I never really got into those kind of games.
Oh, because it's a lot more fun than War Thunder. It's a lot less bullshit. I think Fester said that Ace Combat 7 is like $5 on Steam.
Oh shit. I will have to look into that then.
Fester, how much was Ace Combat 7?
Oh, fuck that.
The PS2 ones are the best, but they're not as... They're the best story-wise, but they're not very as good mechanically. Yeah, he said it's $4.79
Cool.
for Ace Combat 7.
And that's the one
I
where
have
you.
played the hell out of that game.
And that's the one where you get a New California, right?
Oh, New California. That's Project Wingman.
Oh, okay.
Ace Combat 7 is... Ace Combat 7 is more realistic in a way.
Huh.
Like, they actually have licensed aircraft and stuff. Like, in Project Wingman, you'll be flying, like, the FX-22 or whatever that looks like a J-20 and an F-22 had a baby. But in Ace Combat, you'll be flying, like, the F-22. Oh, yeah, the top, he says it's 92% off, and if you wanted the Super Special Edition, it's $19.99.
Cool.
For, which...
Oh,
as
shit.
many DLCs as that thing has, that's not a bad deal. The DLCs aren't anything major. They actually have 2, like, full DLC packs. They have some stuff that's just like, you know, hey, pay me $5 and get these 3 planes after launch. Which I don't blame them for. They were genuine, like, post-launch content. But then they have, like, 2 full, like, 1900 style, 2000 style, you know how they used to do games? Where DLCs were like, you know, missions and all that. Expansions, that's the word.
Yeah. Oh.
Hi, Toaster! Yeah, for $4 though, I would definitely give it a try.
Okay, yeah.
It's also got a very high skill ceiling. Well, it's got a low skill floor and ceiling.
Okay. Yeah, because I'm sort of... I don't really do flight sim games, so I'm not really looking for something to be an incredible challenge.
It's not like those.
Yeah.
You play it on a controller.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, it's not like a flight stick game.
Ah.
You can use it, but nobody uses a flight stick for Ace Combat.
Yeah. That sounds a little bit more my speed.
Like, it almost exclusively focuses on, like, the story and stuff, instead of, you know, realistic gameplay.
Alright, now that's my language.
Like, it's not like, oh man, I used my 2 missiles and now I gotta go reload. Nah, they'll start you out with, like, 90 missiles.
Nice, yeah. So not unlimited missiles, but a lot of missiles.
Yeah. On the easiest difficulty, I think you get unlimited standard missiles. So, like, the ones that you have to use, like, close up.
It is still like actually amazing to me like how much a plane can like a fighter plane can carry and like a stealth bomber. Holy
Yeah.
shit. Like I was just my jaw dropped whenever I saw the there was a picture of like whatever the most recent stealth bomber is. I forget what the I don't know
Oh,
my
fuck, rocket flood.
yeah, I don't know what I don't know my planes, but there was
The
the
concept one or the officially made one?
no the actual like the real one. I don't
That
know
would be the B2.
B2. Okay, yeah. And then like its payload, like the amount of things it can carry, and it looks like it's larger than the plane itself. It's like they can just tightly pack it in that well. Like the engineering is so spot on there. They can just carry this like like dozens of tons of bombs. It is just unbelievable.
Ah, damn it, I went the wrong way. Yeah, I love Ace Combat Toaster. I fucking love it. I don't have a flight stick though. I just use a controller. I might should do another playthrough of it.
Yeah. Oh yeah. The B2 is amazing, and as someone who has like no concept of planes, that's just never been my thing. It blows my mind what it can do.
That's a rocket flood.
Bah.
You mother. That's why we hate rocket
Oh
floods.
my
Right
god, that's
there.
some bullshit. That's some bullshit right there.
Yeah.
Fuck
rocket
that.
floods suck. Bro just tanked 2 fucking mags of an assault rifle and was like, nah, I'm good.
Just shrugged it off, went about his day, blew us both up.
Yeah, just shot at the floor like kamikaze does.
Oh, I'm moving. Oop.
It's also really hard to dodge
There we go.
when he does fire them.
Piece of trash.
I've always liked the Sukhoi fighters, even though they're Russian, and I know they're pieces of shit, but I like their designs. Not the SU-57. The 57 is just a blatant rip-off of the F-22. But like the SU-37 with the 3-wing designs, like I like those.
Yeah, I suppose I have to like admire Soviet engineering because like it's amazing anything could ever be made in Soviet Russia, considering the amount of corruption and ineffectiveness. But they did make stuff more than more than the Russians make nowadays, which I find hilarious. Like they don't know how to design aircraft, so they're just sort of like, well, shit, we're running out of planes, so we need like people who actually know how to make the old planes that we're still flying. And we need to start just building these old planes again.
Wait, the B1 has a... I didn't know the B1 had another nickname other than Lancer. Does it? In Ace Combat, though, the game does a lot to help you be portrayed as, like, this god-tier fighter pilot.
Mm.
Like, unlike War Thunder, where it's like, yeah, you're just some random bitch with a plane. This game is like, nah, you're a Billy Badass. You take out entire armies of airplanes by yourself. And your enemies will address you as such.
I'm down with a good power fantasy.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. Like, you can hear the enemy radio calls, and they start, like, shitting themselves when they see your plane show up. Oh, the bone. B1 bone. That's actually a good one.
Jeez, I swear to God, we did this level previously, because I just remember us going through these passages over and over and over again, the exact same, like, walkway.
So you figured it out. Yeah, this is just the same level we did before, but back.
Yeah, God.
Oh shit, rocket flood.
Oh,
Not today, bitch.
shit.
You fucking asshole.
I got fucking rocket jumped off of the platform. It didn't even kill me. It just bounced me off the platform. Fucking hell.
Big move game to put 2 of these fuckers on a bridge.
Yeah, that's just nasty. That's just some straight nastiness there.
Ah, the boner. That's a good one. Like, one minute you're taking out an army of fucking airplanes. The next minute they're like, surprise, the enemy has a super weapon. Oh. Go blow it up, asshole. I do wish they would port Ace Combat 6 though, because while it's not the best Ace Combat, it does have some cool little banter. Without spoiling too much, Ace Combat 7, you take over the star of the penal unit. Which is like a group of soldiers. A group of soldiers who were basically court-martialed for doing heinous shit.
Mm. But they're just
the OC and military decided, fuck it, give them planes and just let them do shit.
Yeah, I was gonna say, but they're just too badass to get rid of.
It's not even that. When it first starts, they're not even trying to do that. They're just trying to send you up as decoys.
Oh.
And their AWACS is a total dick about it, and he's just like, yeah, I've disabled your weapons. If they blow you up, big fucking deal.
Ah. Disabling the weapons, though, it seems like why not keep the weapons enabled to allow them to fight, but I suppose it could just be a, we don't trust that you won't just start...
Eventually.
Yeah.
Yeah. At first, that's exactly what it is. Oh, we don't really trust you with that. The game's quote is, prisoners don't even get to use a pencil without asking. Yeah, you weren't expecting nukes, were you, Chuck Nuts? Like, nobody expects that shit, because Ace Combat, sometimes it'll warn you. Like, hey, be prepared, the whatever is in the vicinity. It might show up. And then other times it's just like, surprise, asshole! How about a flying aircraft carrier?
A flying aircraft carrier.
Yeah.
Oh.
The game has a lot of wacky shit that's actually really fun. That's what I meant by Metal Gear but planes.
Yeah, a flying aircraft carrier sounds a little bit redundant, but I suppose it works in a weird way if you're like, if you just have like a giant tank of fuel for it. Because it seems like it would just be there to extend the range of the fighters in like a landlocked area, but I don't know. But yeah, maybe it's just like really fun and goofy, like actually playing the game, and I'll just kind of dig it. But yeah, just on principle, kind of makes me like cock my brow a bit.
They have two ways they've done it. One of them is basically to avoid like anti-ship combat by putting it up in the air.
Ah.
And giving it a shitload of like weapons and stuff. Like, that's one idea they had. The other idea they had... Ah, fuck, I did.
Oops. Shit. Do I have a chance here? Probably not, but we will try.
Like, in one game, they loaded up with these, like, semi-nuclear missiles that they can just launch all over the fucking place. And they launch ace pilots. And then in another game, it's a giant, like... gunship type thing that has like hundreds of drones under the wings. I haven't seen Baki, but Toaster says it's like Baki logic but with planes.
Oh yeah, Baki is insane. It is like the most stereotypical like big burly tough guy anime fighting punching each other show imaginable, but even more ridiculous than whatever you can imagine.
Then yeah, that sounds a little bit like Ace Combat.
Yeah, yeah. It is one of those shows you can have fun with if you completely turn your brain off, but it is absolutely insulting to your intelligence. You have to be okay with that.
Like, the countries are analogs for real life countries. Like, Belka is basically 1940s Germany, but modern.
the anime gaslights you into thinking you can do certain shit. It does. There is a lot of weird, well, based off this principle of airflow, you can cause this thing to happen in the human body. And it's like that's not how that works.
I
But
wonder
it,
how many people actually tried that.
yeah, but it does in Baki. It absolutely does. Yeah, oh yeah. There was one where it's like the character fills the room, like he explodes a bag with his hand that's full of flour, and it fills the room with flour, and then he lights a lighter and causes the room to explode because the way like particle distribution in the air works, it causes a buildup to for it to explode. It's like no, that's not how that works. Nice try, but no. That's not gonna do shit. It's a cool scene, but no. Also, the CGI is beyond terrible. Like, I'm usually not a snob for that kind of stuff. Like, it most of the time, it really doesn't bother me if an anime uses CG and it's not atrocious. But yeah, that one, it's so bad.
I mean, I've seen the 7 Deadly Sins. You can't get worse than that.
That's a pretty rough one. That's a pretty rough one.
Which sucks, because that show has so much fucking potential, and they just, like, decided, nah, we're good. Pay, like, $7 to the animator.
I checked out at the end of season 1. I got partway through. Like, there was, like, an interlude to season 2, and they just revived the fucking main villain that they kill off the end of season 1. It's like, I think we're good here. I liked the main hero, whatever. I think it was Pride. I forget. Like, he was kind of fun because he has, like, they kind of do the opposite of the pervert getting punished thing, where it's just like nothing really ever happens with him, and he's so deadpan about his perversion. I thought that was kind of funny, but yeah, beyond that, man, I just didn't find it memorable.
Guys, I found an animator from Temu for a discount. It's so disappointing because the first season actually had decent animation. Like, I was like, whoa, a new anime that's actually pretty good. And then I watched season 2 and I'm like, what the fuck? Did you get, like, the original Dragon Ball Super guys from India to do this?
Oh no, is it like, are we talking like One Punch Man downgrade from season 1 to season 3?
Worse.
Oh, that's bad. That's real fucking bad.
Witness the area. We gotta go back and get that.
Oh.
Yeah, it's bad. Like,
ooh. Yeah, because One Punch Man,
you can find him the picture of Meliodas laying on the bed. It is the worst shit.
That's painful. Yeah, because like season 2 of One Punch Man had the unfortunate thing of being like the animated version of like a so-so arc in the first place, but it's just like all the passion was taken out of it. It lacked, like, they got a different studio like on the cheap to do it as opposed to the original one, and it was just sad. But then season 3, holy shit, the clips I've seen of that are just embarrassing.
Oh yeah, I saw like Gyaro like just sliding down the hill. We gotta get airplanes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he sent it to you. He
Great,
sent you the
thank
picture
you.
of the 7 deadly frames.
Wonderful.
That is an actual frame from the show. Not even like an impact. That's not even like a smear frame either. Like the ones you see in Naruto. You can literally see that if you watch it.
Yeah, I couldn't figure out how to lift off. My bad. Let me see. Yeah, let me see what he said. Oh, my dude. What the fuck is this shit? Oh my god.
It's Meliodas.
Wow. Wow, man. Wow. That almost seems like there's like that meme going around of like bad Frieren drawings, but you know what? At least they're trying. There's heart in it. This is just some like animator who is either overworked to shit, is bad at their job, or both. And it's just like, yeah, that. Like the
Yep, I'm using my Ace Combat Skills toaster.
Yeah, the Frieren.
Yeah, the animator did not do well.
Yeah, the Frieren looking up images are way better than that. Holy shit.
There's also things that are worse than that.
Oh yeah, I've seen there was like the
They
one
fucked
from.
up the fight between Escanor and Meliodas, the most hyped fight in the series, and they fucked it up.
Hmm.
I have seen Dokkan animations that are better than that.
And what the fuck? What the fuck? How'd I die?
That is a good question.
The fuck? I literally just spawned in and then immediately fell.
The game said it's had enough of your shit.
Yeah, it doesn't like me.
Alright, I'm gonna pop this and then we're gonna get the fuck out of here.
Alright, cool.
Because it took my shield away.
Yeah.
Oh, hi, friends. No, I saw that rocket launcher. Fuck you, game. That was a dickhead thing to do, putting one right behind the door.
Oh, god damn it. Fucking
Had I
piece
not
of
hit
shit.
him with that shotty, he would have shot a rocket right down the fucking hallway at us. Not fucking cool, game.
She put down 1,200 kilometers upspin. Energy readings show her fusion reactors are still powered up. The systems on the Pillar of Autumn have fail-safes even I can't override without authorization from the captain. We'll need to find him, or his neural implants, to start the fusion core.
I tried to land and do that. That didn't go so good.
One target remaining. Let's take care of the final pulse generator.
I forgot how strong wraiths are in the first game. They nerf them pretty hard in the second game. Which is funny, because that's the only fucking thing they nerf in that game.
The final pulse generator we need to destroy is through there.
I'll have to look at these controls later. I literally can't even figure out how to lift myself off the ground, and I've been pushing all sorts of buttons. Oops.
There we go. I guess we can go get back in our car now.
Great, I'll take it over this piece of shit. I just cannot seem to fly at all. I'm a little bit embarrassed about that, not gonna lie, but I don't know. Okay, Chief, you can leave now. You can leave. There we go. There we go, buddy.
I don't know with Claire Obscura, though. I just felt like it was very preachy at times.
What do you mean by preachy exactly?
I guess preachy's not the right word. I'm trying to think of the English word.
You mean like pretentious? Oh, I know you already said you thought it was pretentious, but like, yeah.
Like, it looks like it's looking at me going, "You get it, guys? Really, a rocket flood?"
Jesus Christ. Okay, well, I'm curious then. What specifically, what scenes made you kind of feel that way?
What was that scene we were looking at, babe? Well, the one with the fucking visage was the first example of it.
Yeah.
It felt like the developer looking at the camera going, "Do you get it? Do you get it? His name is Visage because it means face." Okay, thanks. Yeah. Oh, yeah, when we found out that Claire Obscura was an art technique, and I was like, ugh.
Oh, so that's what it was. Yeah, because I remember like.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because
It's an art technique that uses gradient to go from black to white and symbolize the dark and light in the picture. I guess it just feels artsy-fartsy at times, and it doesn't need to.
Oh, I mean, it definitely is artsy-fartsy, but like, that to me is part of the charm of it, is that it is like a celebration of art in a video game. And like, yeah, there's just like a lot of really cool, unique styles to it that you just don't see in other places. A lot of the like Baroque French aesthetic, like all the fact that like the character, all the enemies are, you can see which of the members of the family designed them individually because they all have different like styles. Like I think it's the sister's the one that does like the like faces for hands kind of thing. Like there was a lot of love put into making it this very artistic, like intentionally very artistic piece. And that's what I like about it. It's very different. Is it like perfect? No. Is it pretentious? Yeah, but it's something that's very unique. And I think that's just something that doesn't get, we don't see these kind of games. Like this is kind of the first like in a long time like a game to do something like this. And that's what I really enjoyed about it.
I think the best way I could put it another rocket flood, really?
Jesus Christ.
I think the best way I could put it is when me and Vic were watching, and I said it felt like watching that church scene in Metal Gear Solid 4, but a whole game. the scenes where you look at it and where I kept saying, "Oh my god, look at these shots. I get the point, Kojima. I know what you're trying to convey. I fucking get it."
I mean, I think there's like some scenes that sort of dragged a little bit with like it insisting on like, oh, look at this thing that happens, isn't it so like profound or whatever. But generally speaking, I thought that like most of the time those kind of things didn't overstay their welcome. Like a lot of I really love the character scenes, the character interactions. There's a lot of good chemistry between them. And then if you do like the side content with the characters and like learn more about them as verso, you get some really great moments. I really love CL's story. That's kind of why she ends up being kind of like my waifu of choice in that one. Is like she it's not just she had a rough past. Everyone kind of has a rough past in that game because you know the world's falling apart. But hers in particular is very sad. But you can kind of see how she's still like full of life and kind of finds the little joys in life and whatnot. And like Mayle's an interesting character just because she's sort of in that like weird area of also being another character. And yeah, that was pretty heavily foreshadowed with her, but liked her, like Esquier, he's great. Like he is very much the kind of character a child would come up with in like the best way possible.
I had less of a problem with the characters. I did have issues with more of the dialogue at times.
Huh, all right. Generally, I generally like the dialogue overall. I had very few issues with it. There was a few moments I kind of thought that Gustav kind of got bullied by the women a little bit. Yeah, like not that I'm saying like, oh yeah, he's getting like I'm not gonna do like, oh the game's woke or any dumb shit like that. It's very clearly not. But he was a little bit kind of like put down a bit. But I liked the character interactions overall. I just sort of felt like. I wouldn't say that the dialogue's natural.
Similar feeling. You know, at the end of Metal Gear Solid 4, when you think Snake shot himself?
Yeah.
And then the game immediately yanks that away and gives you a different ending?
Mm.
That's a lot what Act 2 felt like.
Huh. I mean, I think everything was pretty well foreshadowed when it came to, like...
It was,
yeah.
It's just... It's really hard for me to care about characters that don't fucking exist in universe, you know? Like, I know they don't exist in real life, but...
Yeah, like, but to me, that was the thing, though, is, like, do they actually exist? And to me, I would argue that, yes, they do have, like, that they are real people in the sense that they are real in, like, they have thoughts and dreams and hopes and desires and sapience. They are not real in the real world, but the power of the painters and the writers in this universe is so much so that they can create worlds with fully realized people. And that to me was like the conflict of choosing the ending, is that all these people are in fact real, and reviving them will revive, you know, millions of real people at the cost of Verso being enslaved, kind of deal.
I think part of it is I've never really been a fan of Western art.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I love our Jisei death poems and stuff, but Western art I just never really got.
Uh-huh.
And this game very much leans really heavily into that.
Yeah. Holy shit. Got a few kills there. Damn, nice. Yeah, I mean, if it's not your thing, it's not your thing. There's not really too much I can do to and I say not convince you, but to explain to you if you're just kind of like off to that kind of sort of thing. Yeah, to me, it's like I like a lot of different like cultural material as far as like, you know, Japanese media, American media, various types of European media. Chinese media can be very iffy, but I have a soft spot for some like historical dramas. You just sort of have to like understand culturally what they're going for and kind of.
That has media?
Yes. You have to be very careful about it because I mean most of it's just, you know, CCP propaganda, and even then the stuff that isn't is very much a like you have to toe the kind of line, like even with historical dramas. But I've had some fun with a Chinese historical drama. It is very hammy though, because that's like just Chinese acting style. It's from Peking theater, so it's super over the top, but it can kind of be endearing. But yeah, it's very clear that there's like certain things you can and can't say when it comes to, you know, Chinese media. But yeah, there's also some really funny ones too, because they're like straight up like propaganda movies. Like the really famous one is Wolf Warrior, and it's this little tiny Chinese dude who like takes on like a bunch of American special forces and like effortlessly kills them all, and they're very funny because it's just it's trying so hard to be badass. But yeah, yeah, I don't know. I think it depends. Like, there's just a lot of things that you kind of have to just be open to accepting what that culture's going for.
I think that may have been one of those rising sun comments, as Vic calls them.
Yeah, yeah. I think there was a little bit of that going on.
I mean, we're kind of the pro server for that.
Yeah.
Like Vic used to say, "Oh, Europe hates each other." You haven't been to Asia.
Yeah, I was gonna say he corrected me whenever I told him that Asian racism like beats all ours, and he disagreed. I'm like, no, brother, you don't know
No,
Asian
he knows
racism.
now. After we played GeoGuessr and I was able to guess off of that, he's like, "How do you know? But can you not tell the difference?" No.
Yeah, but it's just like I love just the fury that other Asians have towards each other. It is unreal. And well, for Korea, it's just that they're sad because they keep getting like bullied between Japan and China. But then China and Japan are like, we're too similar, so we hate each other. And then when it comes to the jungly Asians, it's just like, you're inferior to the Chinese and Japanese, so we don't like you for that.
I mean, that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
Yay, 45 streams, kitten.
Oh, very nice.
China's still salty about World War II. Japan is still salty because China tried to invade them twice.
Yeah. Well, China's just salty about the entire century of shame. Because they kind of really got embarrassed by the West and Japan for an entire century. And then they kept being like, no, you! And they kept trying to do shit to, like, win back their country. And then it's just like, no, just stop.
We have a divine mandate of heaven. Well,
that's cute.
You have a god on your side and you still got your ass kicked by the Imperial Japanese. You guys must really suck.
Well, there was the whole Boxer Rebellion thing where it's just like, we don't like all these Westerners and Japan, which, you know, Japan was sort of treated as not a Western country, but it was like, you know, it had the same whatever. They kind of viewed Japan as being sort of Western in a weird way, whatever you want to call that, but it's like,
because of the U.S. having to be their army.
But during the Boxer Rebellion, though, Japan had its own army.
I mean, now.
Well, yeah, but I was talking about during the Boxer Rebellion, which was during I'm talking about a historical example, but like during the Century of Shame, there was this thing called the Boxer Rebellion, which was a bunch of Chinese peasants like kind of going around this like sort of cult religion kind of thing, and they were very pissed off that China was open to all these Western powers because they kind of had to. We sort of did kind of force them to be open to us, but also, you know, China did want to modernize as a nation. And so all these peasants revolted, and they broke into Peking and tried to start slaughtering all the Western diplomats and the Japanese diplomats as well. And ended up being like a big like it was the diplomatic quarter was closed off, so it became a siege. And so all these diplomats were able to get out the message of like, hey, they're trying to kill us. So all the armies of the West and Japan that had like troops on reserve sent them in and quashed the rebellion. And it was mostly Japanese, though. People always try to make it out to be this like, oh, Western imperialism. Like, no. The Boxer Rebellion was mostly put down by Japanese. They had the most troops available because Japan was nearby. And they got their asses absolutely handed to them. But it was the situation of like, they knew they didn't really have a chance, but they decided to slaughter a bunch of diplomats and then like Chinese Christian converts and women and children. And it was not a great look, but it's like, but we want our pride as a nation back. And it's like, you're gonna do that by killing a bunch of diplomats and innocents? Yeah, good job, China.
That's why they ever had pride.
Yeah. Rising sun.
That's what Vic says. Usually he either says that or he goes and puts his sunglasses on.
Yeah.
Says something like, oh, there's a second sun in my room today.
Yeah. But yeah, it's sort of like, but yeah, China has a real chip on their shoulder, but it's like, you guys kept fucking making it worse. Like, same thing with the Opium Wars. Like, the Opium Wars were very much Britain's fault, for sure, because they were pushing a bunch of, opium into the country. But then, during the negotiations, they captured a bunch of the British diplomats and tortured them to death. And so then the response was to invade way harder. It's like, well, what the fuck did you expect? You killed a bunch of diplomats who were trying to have peace talks with you, you dumb motherfuckers. Oh, but the century of shame caused on us by the West. It's like, because you kept escalating things when you were clearly losing. Oh, China. They never learn. And now
No,
they have a super chip on their shoulder, because it's like, well, now we're a superpower. It's like, yeah, you kind of are, but also kind of not.
They have the same thing that Russia and probably the hardcore MAGAs are gonna have. They're led by a cult of personality with a very, very old leader. And no clear successor to take over that personality.
Yeah, the problem is, though, China and Russia will actually fully collapse whenever their leaders die.
Oh, the U.S. won't.
No, that's what I'm saying.
The hard MAGA people might. But...
Well, that's like a collective group of people, and I think that, you know, probably I think Trump does have, like, he can set up successors. The movement's not going to have the same fervor, but it's there. But no, Russia and China, those countries will literally collapse the moment Putin and Xi die, because they have killed off every competent person, and anyone like left is kind of weak-willed and sycophantic. And so, like, as soon as one of them dies, the question will be, how does the country get carved up amongst like the other countries of the world? How much influence does how much influence does the U.S. have? How much influence does China have? How much influence do the European nations have? Because whoever gets elected is going to be just like, just don't kill me, please. I'll work with whatever powers want to take over our country. Not take over, but have like soft and hard power in the country, I should say.
There we go. Finally killed that fucking tank. I do like to fuck around with the AIs and ask, like, what would happen if this never happened?
Yeah, history's always a weird one, because you end up in the situations where things can follow a general path where you can, like, pretty sure, oh, this thing would go this way. Then all you need is like one person to do some weird bullshit and completely change history. And that happens like way more than you think. Just someone decides to
Not all the other countries. The U.S. absolutely cannot beat the entire world by itself.
Oh, I thought we were talking about alternative history.
I was, but somebody in chat, or Shadowcard in chat, said the U.S. would solo the other countries.
No, but it would not be great for the other countries of the world.
It wouldn't be great for anybody.
Oh, yeah. No, absolutely, yeah.
Nobody can solo the world. Germany taught us that.
Germany could have also done a lot better if they hadn't made so many fucking mistakes. Like, it's impressive how far they got, considering how much incompetence there was in leadership. It was very strange. Like, when you actually look at the
non-negotiable war restriction, the U.S. is constantly, people are trying to piss them off.
Yeah.
There's one between nuclear powers, because one nuke firing means the end of the world.
Yeah. That's
There's
also
not like a secret, you can't go to war with the U.S. thing.
Yeah.
I mean, you're a history nerd. He said there's a non-negotiable war restriction with the U.S. I mean, if that was true, I don't think Russia would be actively trying to piss everyone off.
Yeah, I don't know about that. I've never heard of anything like that before. I mean, like, the U.S. is the world's reserve currency, so you try not to piss off the U.S. too much, because, like, that's how you can trade.
Yeah.
But it's, yeah. I mean,
and they had a lot more soft power, but now it's kind of iffy.
Yeah. It's been slowly decreasing over time, for sure. Yeah. But it's also the question too of, like, because people say, like, oh, the American Empire is dead. It's like, but who takes over? No one. Like, there is
this might be the first time in history there's just not a true super empire.
Maybe. I don't know about that. I feel like
I mean, that's assuming U.S. soft power finally fully collapses.
Yeah, which I don't see that happening. I think that soft power will be, like, greatly decreased, but it's not going to just, like, disappear. I don't know. Yeah, it's an interesting one. It's like, I don't really know what the... I mean, no one really knows what the future holds, but it's like, overall, I think we're in still a, like, really good place. Then I go through the hypotheticals in my head. I mean, there's so many things that go wrong, but it's like, I think the U.S. dollar really has to collapse in a really, really awful way for that to be ever really the case.
Either it has to collapse or China's yuan has to stop really sucking really fast. Either
Yeah.
one of those are likely.
Yeah, that ain't gonna be happening anytime soon. Yeah, the currency that they can't really trade outside the country because it's not really pegged to anything and it fluctuates like so much. Yeah, I do not see that happening.
The alternate history one, though, I found stuff like, what if Perry never opened Japan?
Yeah. Because, I mean, you could still...
at that point, World War II goes way different.
Probably, yeah.
Because either Japan's not in it, or they would have gotten a lot more stuff from the Dutch by then.
Mm.
The U.S. would absolutely not force Japan open. You seem to have this idea the U.S. is some unstoppable monster, and it never has been.
Yeah, certainly the most powerful military in the world.
It's
not unstoppable,
yeah,
but not
far from invincible.
Oh no, yeah, I'm not saying that. Yeah.
Yeah, like Shalukar said, yeah, they force Japan open. Yeah, I doubt that. Even in the age of imperialism, invading a country that is sovereign and hasn't done shit to you.
Yeah.
They did it in African countries, but Japan was far from an African country at that point. And they had the Dutch on their side. And I don't think the U.S. at that point would want to go to war with the Dutch.
There you go, yes. Oh, damn it, there's another one.
Really small back then.
I forget if that was during the decline of the Dutch Empire or not, because I know, obviously, they were very big in Japan for, well, a lot of history. But obviously, the Dutch Empire did collapse at one point, and I forget when that was.
It was a little bit after that.
Hmm.
Actually, right around after Japan opened. No, there is no proven metric that the U.S. is as strong as people think it is. If you've read that somewhere, that is propaganda. Which the U.S. also does.
Every country does propaganda.
Yeah, every country does.
Yeah. Always
have.
Yeah, that's how you have a successful nation, is you convince people of things that aren't necessarily true or that are neutral, and, that's a way of projecting power. So yeah, I mean...
The point of Perry was that he didn't want to force it open. If you force it open, the whole world no longer likes you.
Yeah.
And back then, the dollar, I don't think, was the reserve currency.
Oh God, no.
Reserve currency.
That probably would have been the pound, because that was back when
so people wouldn't trade with you anymore.
Yeah.
And at that point, the U.S. never even becomes a fucking empire.
Yeah. I was trying to get onto the gun so I could take out the Golden Elite. Shit. We were getting there.
I got us up here.
All right, cool. That's the main thing. But yeah, I will say this as a well-known proud American, we are not unstoppable. Vietnam proved that pretty heartily.
Shit, I would say Vietnam and Afghanistan both then.
Afghanistan was more just like, what the fuck are we doing in the first place? It was just it was...
Afghanistan and Iraq were both very weird wars.
Yeah.
Because neither one of those countries really had fuck all to do with anything.
Yeah, well, Afghanistan, I will say Afghanistan made sense when we first did it to track down bin Laden. But he was gone within 2 weeks, and then we just hung around for 20 years. Like, we kind of already, there seems to be intelligence reports that he was in Pakistan, but then we're just sort of like, nah, that's fine. Which we really should have just gone through and gone to Pakistan and caught him, because we had incredible intelligence, but never did. And then when we found out later on and then killed bin Laden, Pakistan got super butthurt about it. It's like, you fuckers, you knew he was in the country and you didn't tell us. And we've been giving you aid for the past 20 years. It's like, yeah, but we wanted that aid money. And Afghanistan was just like, okay, yeah, I'm not sure what we're doing here exactly. Are we, like, here to, like, fucking...
Okay, we gotta stop this, and then we'll talk a little bit, and then we'll go.
Sounds good. Yeah, because I think I'm probably good on another mission at this point. Oh.
like
Yeah.
Iraq was the weird one because, to my knowledge, there was no fucking logical reason to be there.
Oil. I mean, as cliche as
Yeah,
it
oil,
is,
but-
it is oil. Yeah, that's all it is. Like that's one of those like, it's so transparent you want to think it's something else, but no, oil. And then there's also
Like,
the question.
I found
Go ahead.
one of my teachers taught me, and I haven't found the papers for it, that the U.S. fucking helped install Saddam, and then they like took him out.
I don't know if we helped install him. I think that may have just been more of a consequence of
At least
the.
according to the CIA docs that are public, they helped save him from some kind of like revolution type shit.
Oh, maybe
and
one of
helped
those.
Bring him back to the country.
That's entirely possible. I'm not really sure on the details there, but yeah, the Middle East was a mess after the end of World War One because, you know, before it was just a bunch of like tribal people, and then the Ottoman Empire, and then after that kind of came to an end, then the French and the British divided up amongst arbitrary lines and led a bunch of ethnicities who really fucking hated each other into like the same country on like pretty much every country. They divided the Kurdish people amongst the Sunnis and Shias, and then had lots of Sunnis and Shias in the same country together. So things just kind of went to hell for the entire like Middle East. So a lot of weird power struggles, a lot of weird bullshit that came about from it. So I don't know, because certainly Iran, we had a puppet dictator in Iran, and then you kind of had the Iran Revolution in the 1970s, where then it just became a like ultra hardcore theocracy after our dictator got kicked out.
Yeah, it looks like what usually would happen. U.S. topples a place, installs somebody they like, and then inevitably a revolution happens that is the polar exact opposite of that.
It happens a fair amount. It depends on how heavy-handed the installed leader is, because I mean, like, yeah, it really depends. But yes, I mean, that is definitely a thing that happens. But yeah, it's also kind of hilarious to me where it's like, yeah, the Shah of Iran was not the best leader in the world, but then Iran got replaced with an absolutely brutal theocracy, which, you know, puts any of the, you know, Western bitching about like sexism and homophobia to shame. Like, holy shit, Iran's is about as oppressive as it gets. And it's just like cruelty to people on a really like insane level, and just the country fell apart. Like, you look at like pictures of like these really, you know, high-flying hotels that are well put together, people hanging out, having drinks. You see women wearing t-shirts and blue jeans, and then it's like, oh yeah, that same hotel is just completely destitute, women in burqas and all that stuff. Iran just, holy shit. Because like a lot of people
I
will try.
don't know much about those countries. Japan just kind of teaches, this is the Middle East, this is Africa. You don't have to worry about them.
I mean, I kind of say you don't really have to worry about Africa, but Middle East, maybe a little bit more. There are a few things going on there. Africa just kind of still gets divided up, although it's mostly China trying to take over Africa. China and Russia have kind of become the new guardians, or the new, whatever you want to call it, of Africa after Europe decided that colonialism is bad.
Yeah, you know about colonialism in Europe and Africa, don't you, baby?
Oh, Bick, poor guy.
He flipped me off.
Yeah, that's a rough
Hey,
one.
after all those Rising Sun comments, I get to make one of those.
That's a rough one, because I will have the unpopular opinion that colonialism gets a far worse rep than it actually deserves. But Belgian Congo, no. All the shit that gets thrown its way, it's absolutely deserved. But I think in part of that, it's because it was ruled as the personal land of the King of Belgium, as opposed to a Belgian like vassal state. So there tended to be like not really the same rules, because like, yeah, even if like the native people were,
Yeah, that's what Vic said. They basically just got away with whatever they wanted because of that.
yeah, like they're
Under the grounds of, well, technically that's not us, that's the king's land, not ours.
bingo, yeah, because like, yeah, were people like mistreated in colonial empires? Sure, but more often than not, there were pretty strict rules about how you could treat the locals, and you had to try and respect their culture and customs and not just kill them for no reason. Like that, yeah, that whole thing is just a modern notion. But
the Belgian Congo seems much more in the vein of Imperial Japan than normal imperialism.
Yes, Yes, it is. Holy shit. It is. Yeah, the stories that come from that are just haunting.
We know that very well. They drive that into our skulls when we're little. Don't
Yeah.
do this.
Yeah.
This makes the world hate you.
Mhm.
The world likes us again. Don't do it.
Yeah. Yeah, the whole well, also the mistreatment of Western soldiers in World War II was that really did not help things either. Well, just the general war crimes, but I think that in particular, we take that very seriously, like because that's like one of the few things you can have brutal war between people, but you don't mistreat POWs. I mean, you can, but it's not going to turn out well for you.
Shooting the parachutes, that kind of shit.
Yeah. Well, also things like bamboo torture, where they would put soldiers
Yeah,
on growing
under the
bamboo with
fingernails.
weights. Well, there's that, but then there's the you put a soldier on growing bamboo and put weights on their back, so the bamboo starts to grow into their body. It starts to pierce the flesh, and they die slowly and horribly in agony.
Yeah, they were fucking brutal.
Yeah. And it's like, yeah, I mean, that was just Japan's way of doing things. They treated surrender as the ultimate dishonor and whatnot. But like, well, yeah, that's your culture, but in our culture, you don't do that. So yeah, we kind of hate you now.
That's one thing I told Vic. Like, I don't think most countries would have tried to force Japan open because of that. Japan had the culture of every single person fights till they die. Which kind of fucks with colonialism, because then you're going to need additional people to run like all the mines and shit that you wanted, because they will fight till the last person.
Yeah.
The only reason they gave up in World War II is because they literally were shown these people essentially have the power of a god.
Yep. Yep. Yeah, I forget what the operation was, but the planned invasion of Japan, the numbers were horrifying what was expected as far as casualties on both sides. There's an interesting story that came from that, because we have the Purple Heart system in the U.S. military, where if you receive a combat injury, then you're granted a Purple Heart. We are still using the Purple Heart medals that we had made for the planned campaign in Japan, because we were expecting millions of casualties, and so we had them mass produce. And since it never happened, we're still using those Purple Hearts in service to give out to veterans.
Yeah, they were expecting massive casualties on both sides.
Oh yeah, that was going to be beyond brutal, and it would have been, ooh, yeah, it would have not been good for anybody. So yeah,
because Japan was really like nobody they'd ever fought before.
Yeah.
Most countries, if you surround them and tell them, look, you don't have a chance of winning, give up.
Mm-hmm.
They will. Japan would say, nah.
Yeah, no, they would
we'll
just
fight until every single one of us are dead.
Mm-hmm.
Country that runs off of spite.
There's a little bit of that going on. I would agree. There's a little bit of that going on.
I think that's a lot of why Asia is still kind of terrified of them.
Oh yeah, yeah, because there is sort of that like. I mean, I think like any country that feels like it's backed into a corner is going to have grit, and you kind of see that with Vietnam and China to an extent, but yeah, not quite the same as Japan. Japan, yeah, the fervor around it and kind of, I think that there was like a real attempt to find the identity after the death of like the samurai class with like a lot of the military people, and like I think probably the people in general wanted to revive that spirit, like that, like bringing back Bushido.
Ironically, part of the problem was William Perry.
Mm-hmm.
William Perry got the shogun to surrender. Something that was fucking unfathomable to the Japanese people.
Yeah.
To us, the shogun was this ultimate, basically like, who's that fucker from Sparta? The guy who beat Sparta. The Persian who thought he was a god king.
Oh, Xerxes?
Yeah, that's how they viewed the shogun, like an ultimate invincible fighter.
Yeah.
So to have them surrender made them get rid of the samurai. Misatsu, let me get my drink. So because of the samurai basically dying off, it was a desire to return to it. It's kind of like what you're seeing a little bit with the U.S.
Mhm.
and the desire to return to. We need to return back to the tough soldiers of like the 30s to 60s.
Yeah. Well, I think a big part of it too, without getting way too much into the modern political weeds, but the current people in my vein of things, we're tired of being the world police, and we're tired of paying for everything across the world. We do want to have more self-reliance. We want to have a more independent America. And so like there is kind of that, like, and yeah, it does draw upon a certain, what's the word I'm looking for? A certain type of like person. Like you want to have that, like that spirit, like I said, the kind of like self-reliant 1950s American kind of feel to it. Is it like exactly like that? No, not really, but yeah, we do want to like bring America back to like a certain way of doing things.
Yep. The samurai, after that, they decided, okay, we have a problem. We don't really have a ruling class anymore because the samurai kept everybody in check with the thought of, well, we can't beat them, so
Yeah.
why bother? They're invincible. So once William Perry showed they're not invincible, then the peasants rose up,
Mm-hmm.
and the peasants wanted to bring that idea back of like the mythical samurai, the
Mm-hmm.
invincible fighter. And that's where Imperial Japan came from,
Uh-huh.
because Hideki Tojo was an asshole and decided he could convince Japan that the emperor was a sun god.
That
And he
explains
did.
it. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Because yeah,
Oh, I can bring them back to being samurai. I can give you all of that back. All you gotta do is just bow before the sun god.
I can see that. Yeah, I can absolutely see that. Because yeah, the whole like idea of like the emperor, at least through a lot of Japanese history, seemed to be sort of the thing of you revere and you respect, but that's kind of it. You don't really do anything else beyond that because everyone knows the
Yeah, he
emperor's a
had no
fig.
power.
Yeah, the emperor's a figurehead. Everyone knows the emperor's a figurehead. No one gives a fuck about the emperor. It's always the shogun and the shogun. Oh fuck, what was it? The shogun prefect or whatever. The second to the shogun, whatever it was called. Start with a P. But those two were kind of like,
Link. Oh, that's rare.
yeah, those two were the ones who like actually ran Japan through most of its history. And the
Yeah, they had the first time, then the Warring States happened, where there was nobody in charge.
Yeah.
Like every daimyo had their own area. Then the three great unifiers happened. Then the Tokugawa shogunate. Then Perry and all that shit.
Mm.
That's why I thought it'd be interesting. If Perry never opens Japan, there really can't be a Meiji Revolution.
Yeah.
Because the peasants still see samurai as these invincible monsters that there's no reason to fight them.
Mm.
And the samurai were fucking brutal. Like,
Oh,
the
yeah.
West really sanitizes the shit out of them.
Oh yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Like just the level of, oh, a peasant gave me a funny look, I cut his head off, or I just need to sharpen my blade, or test out my blade. I'm gonna just cut
that
his.
was the thing.
Yeah.
I want to test my blade. I'm just gonna go cut that random peasant over there.
Mm.
Yep,
Yeah.
that's better.
Yeah. That's one of those things that kind of like it becomes a romanticized version. Like with Bushido, it's the same thing with like medieval chivalry for knights. I don't think knights were quite as awful, but starting out, well, actually no, let me take that back. Knights became a more heroic, chivalrous class of people as time went along, but starting out they were just thugs. They were thugs for a noble lord that were given titles and given lands so that they'd be beholden to the lord. And they would do all sorts of awful fucked up stuff. Lots of, rape, pillage, murdering of towns, and, beating the shit out of and killing peasants just for the hell of it. Yeah. And then as chivalry became a more unified code and they became a lot more involved with the church, then it was like, yeah, there was more standards, but yeah, they were also just kind of thugs in armor back then too. But yeah, we kind of romanticized, yeah. Knights took what they wanted. Yeah, yes, starting out. But I think as they became a more like actual established class, that became less of a thing, or actually more. I should say more of they went on enough campaigns where their bloodlust and ability to just like sack a village was, you could do that instead of doing that on doing that to another Christian village, or doing that into like a village in the same country you're in.
Bushido is weird because it's not a real super thing. It was introduced after the samurai.
Interesting.
That's something that came about in Meiji.
Oh, so that's completely historically retconned then.
Yeah, that was a historical retcon.
Huh.
They kind of just, it's kind of like how the British accent is actually a fake accent, like the posh one.
Yeah.
And they just kind of gaslit the entire country into believing they talk like that. So it's kind of like that. They just, oh, well, the
Yeah.
samurai have always been like this. What do you mean? They've always done that. Yeah, we learned that in linguistics. The original British accent is a lot closer to the American accent.
Mhm.
And especially the Southern American accent.
Oh,
And
yeah.
The posh British came about in Victorian England when they just decided that they would, they wanted a fancy accent. So they kind of all gaslit themselves into believing it.
Yeah, well, it's interesting if you listen to a Southerner speak, and then if you speed it up and change the inflection slightly, it sounds like a posh British accent. Like, I'm not joking. There's a video of a gal who did that because she from the South, and then she just very gently changes it over the course of an entire sentence, and you can hear how it is the same accent, just sped up and with a slight inflection in tone.
Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah.
Bushido is Kamaku? There's no Kamaku era.
Yeah, never heard of that.
Like, I'm from Japan. They teach us way different than they teach you guys.
Kamaku period. Kamaku shogunate. Huh. 11.
I mean, there's Kamakura.
Oh, Kamakura. Okay. Huh. Interesting. Oh, Hojo Regency. Yep, sounds about right. Oh, that's during the Mongol invasion. I could see that being like
it kind of existed. Like, Bushido was kind of a thing, but it wasn't what the West thinks it is until Meiji.
Yeah.
It was more like samurai rules for war up until that point.
Yeah, that's one of those things that I think it's easy for people to construe, and I certainly do this too, of looking at an entire people's culture and history and being like, oh, well, they all did this exact same for 1,000 years, and it's like, yeah, but things grow and change and evolve. Even back then when things were slowly changing, over hundreds of years, notions are going to change, and ideas and concepts, and even codes are going to change. Even Iron Code, 1,000-year-old codes, those are going to change too. So I think that just sort of comes with the nature of just things are going to evolve. But yes, absolutely, I think the way that you're describing it, I can definitely see that. Bushido Code came about the 16th to 20th centuries. It did change it. Yeah.
It came about at the beginning in Edo as the samurai engagements, and then around Meiji is when it started becoming what the West thinks it is.
Well, I could see Bushido becoming a thing during the Edo period because the samurai were listless and had nothing going on.
They had nothing to do.
Yeah. And so it's
you saw the beginnings of it, but there wasn't a set full moral code until Meiji.
Yeah, because that's where they started to become really bitter alcoholics and start just running around slaughtering people. And so it's yeah, you really kind of want to avoid having that shit in a peaceful society.
For Meiji, they kind of just retconned it. Oh, we were always like that. You guys were just dicks.
Yeah.
We always had a reason for killing you.
Oh yeah, I could definitely. Yeah, that's whenever I saw the Mongol invasion, it's yep, I see where that is right now. That's where you get the divine wind. That's where you get the we were able to fight off the Mongols. That is the power of our samurai. We need to encodify this power in our being into a series of teachings, kind of thing. I could definitely see that.
Japan also, they didn't really like explaining things. Japan was 99%. If they saw something they didn't like or didn't understand, they would just blame it on a yokai
Mm.
or on a kami if it was a good thing.
Mhm.
They didn't. It's not like Europeans where they would try to go research and look into things. They didn't do that until the Dutch.
Right.
When the Dutch started teaching them, how the West learned, then they started looking into things like, oh, huh. Like if you got sick, they would say, oh, the Oni did that.
Yeah.
They wouldn't say, oh, you have germs, we should probably try to fix that.
Yeah. Yeah.
So really the Dutch helped with that.
Mhm. Yeah, because I think that kind of those attitudes and ideas, I would say they existed in Europe before the age of quote unquote enlightenment and in reason, but they were primitive medicine. You'd have things like balancing the humors. You'd have like balancing out like hot and cold. There would be like an understanding of like a lot of those ideas of medicine, but in a very primitive sense. So there was the idea of researching and discovering things in Europe, just not as things really picked up a lot during the Renaissance as far as understanding the human anatomy and whatnot. So yeah, but I think that there was always that curiosity in well, not always, but there was a lot of curiosity to understand medicine
Europe
in
has
Europe.
always had that.
Yeah. Sometimes less than more, but it was there. But yeah, I think that that's interesting. That's kind of an interesting point that you made. Yeah, because I hadn't really thought of it that way.
Who is Jackie Chan?
You don't know who Jackie Chan is?
Should I?
He's kind of like was a really famous martial artist. He is fairly known for doing like a lot of movies. Pretty popular in the West. Definitely not popular in Japan now, I think about it. But yeah, really big in China and in America. But now he's kind of like quasi-retired.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like a lot of references I don't get.
Yeah. I'm gonna say welcome at Arctic. How's it going, buddy? But yeah, yeah, now the thing is like, yeah, Jackie Chan just really disappeared after like 2005. He was this huge name. Did a lot of like kung fu movies in Hong Kong, did a lot of American action movies, had an animated TV show. And then he just kind of disappeared one day.
Huh. That is weird.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't really know like what his story was. Just stopped. I mean, he's old now, so he can't really do martial arts anymore, so that may be part of it. Yeah, glad. Yeah, I think we're probably wrapping up fairly soon, but I'm glad we could make it in to hang out for a bit. Yeah.
That was what Japan did. It was the Oni.
Mm-hmm.
Your sisters. Oh my God, your brother went missing. The Oni did this.
Goddamn Onis.
That was pretty much it. They didn't give a fuck about, oh, well, let's actually just have a practical solution. It was, fuck it, the Oni did it.
Yeah.
There's nothing we can do about it.
Well, it's just like in the Halo universe, blame the Oni.
Yeah, I mean, basically the idea was we don't have to get off our ass and use samurai power to go look for him if we just say the Oni did it.
True. Yeah. Hey, it's the gods who did it. Sorry, bud. Nothing we can do here.
Yep, it's the will of the gods. Sucks to be you. Oh, your cows all died? Damn. The gods are mad at you. That sucks.
Yep. What'd you do to piss off the gods? We're thinking it's...
Which I can kind of see why the peasants were a little pissy. I'd get pretty mad too if something happened and their response was, well, fuck you, God is mad at you.
Yeah. Not our problem. Have you thought about not pissing off the gods?
Yeah, go find the Oni and then maybe we'll do something. I mean, every time there's a show about gods, everything sucks. That's kind of the whole fucking thing. It even happens in Zelda.
Yeah. It's interesting to me, like, I don't know if we want to get into this whole can of worms if we're wrapping up soon here, but, like, polytheistic gods are a lot more like, yeah, the gods are just kind of like, fuck you, you're mortals, we might help you out once in a while, but we're going to kind of just fuck with you. And then it's the monotheistic gods that try to do the whole thing of like, actually, God is the Lord and he's amazing and perfect and everything's fine and he will make things amazing for you. But also, if something bad happens, it's not his fault.
I like polytheism better because I think
Yeah.
it explains the question of evil a lot better.
Oh, yeah. Where it's just like the gods are just different assholes. Like, people try to think of like Zeus as being like the hero god, and then Hades is like the
Zeus
evil
was
god
a
in Greek
fucking
mythology.
douchebag.
But like, yeah, Zeus is.
He was basically a frat boy.
Oh yeah, yeah, that's a good way to put it. He is a frat boy who like he has no limits. That man just did whatever he wanted to. Hades is actually a pretty decent guy overall. He had his issues, but overall he treated us
He
fine.
stole Persephone, but that's really the only bad thing he did.
Yeah, and that's a little bit like it depends on the telling of the story. It goes from being like pretty bad to like kind of bad, and even then he still treats her with love and respect.
Zeus fucked a lot of things. I'm pretty sure everything on this planet has at least a little bit of Zeus DNA in it.
He fucked a lot of things, and he also fucked a lot of things as different things. He loved turning into stuff to fuck things. And then also turning the women he fucked into various animals and trees because Hera found out.
Yeah, supposedly the Spartans thought they were the descendants of Zeus, and I thought, yeah, you and fucking everybody else, man.
I think they would probably think they were descendants of Ares, seeing as he's the god of war. But maybe they did.
They said Heracles, which would be Zeus.
Yeah,
I could be wrong.
Heracles is the half son of Zeus, yes. But I figured they would be all about, like, Ares. Since that's, like...
I think they kind of were, but they also thought they had Zeus's divine blood in them.
I could see that, too. The Spartans were an interesting group of people. They had, like, 20 to 1 slaves per Spartan citizens, and so they, like, lived in this constant state of, eventually the slaves will try to overtake us, so we must be strong and put them in their place. And so they like always had a martial society, even when they weren't at war, because there was always the threat of war at home by their slaves. It's like, it never happened. It was like, what a strange way to live.
That sounds like a shitty way to live. I'm not
Yeah.
gonna lie,
Oh,
that
yeah.
would suck.
Yeah. It's like you live in constant paranoia and fear of being killed, but they were constantly beating and murdering their slaves. That was like just a part of daily life. And it's like, yeah, and there was never a rebellion anyway, but it's just, yeah. They're a strange group of people. They kind of just got their asses kicked by the Romans and they stopped being relevant after that. All right. I don't know about you, but I'm thinking I'm kind of wanting to wrap up here and have a bite to eat, if that sounds good to you.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna go too.
Yeah.
Let me see if I have anybody or if I'm just gonna end.
Yeah, I think I've...
Or if
found...
my shit'll work again.
Yeah, I think I found someone here. But, yeah, just to let you guys know, tomorrow I will be playing New Tales of the Borderlands because it was redeemed by Fester. I will suffer through the first episode of that tomorrow. So, that'll be at Streamwise this week because Christmas holiday and all that. So, you guys have a good one. Tenchi, thank you for having me. It was a blast as always.
Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah. All right. You guys have a good week and Merry Christmas and all that. See you guys.